Hello, guys.
Ah,
We're both here, Naomi and I, once again. Stuggy in the chat said right before we started, it's impossible to predict when the SIP's going to happen nowadays, so he stopped trying to plan his Saturday around it. I usually I want to do it at like 10 a.m. EST. Never happens. And in fact, the past couple weeks, things have been a shit show around here, so it's definitely not going to happen. But that is the intention. $5 from Zontag. We got an 8% raise last week at my company outside of our annual one for market competition without negotiation. Socialists cannot comprehend this. Oh, wow.
no.
Awesome.
Good for you.
Good for you, dude.
Good for you for working for an actual good company.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like a relatively well-known company, there should be like an article saying that, right? So send me an article of that. I'll read it. Like, your company got this. Probably like local news or something. After advocating banning for 2 years, did Trump cuck out on TikTok? Yes, he did. Did you hear about that?
No.
So TikTok's supposed to be banned.
Yeah.
Trump's been talking about it. He talked about it back in 2020, in fact.
Yeah.
He has today put out a statement saying he will unban TikTok when he takes office.
Yeah, that's because he just wants to do it to be popular, to make the decision that everyone likes, since nobody wants TikTok to be banned.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
He did a 180.
It is 100% just a PR stunt.
To be fair, he's also done a 180 on what else? Wasn't TikTok recently? Oh, it was the H-1B visas thing. He has so many like anti H-1B visa takes over the years, and now he's like, I was always for it. It's like, okay, dude.
Yep.
There's another issue. My HIT class, HIIT, high intensity interval training. I used to do that before I got fat. On Tuesday was removed from my gym schedule, and when you start at 10, I'm sometimes at the Sunday class. Oh no.
Oh.
R.I.P. Stug. If you try to get an H-1B visa to the U.S., probably not. I'd probably get one of those YouTuber visas, to be honest, if I was going to do it. Get back on the Archcast. He suffered yesterday, says Alexander Bryant, $2. You know what? I'll be returning to regular internet stuff relatively shortly. Wait, oh yeah. I'm having the first sip of coffee for today, even though it's 2 p.m.
I think I had another coffee earlier.
Nope.
Really?
I made you tea this morning. That was it. I didn't have any.
Oh. I had a second cup of tea, so.
Well, did you have 2 teas?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I need more. Still tired.
Savvy and Lumi went full Fujoshi. Of course they did. I actually wanted to be on the show with Savvy, but it wasn't going to work out this time. It will next time, though. Heard that you and Sargon had oily homo sex and made out.
Oh, really? Using a VPN doesn't get around the ban?
That's
crazy.
Surprising. That's actually really surprising. So, I know Sargon apologized to me in private, and I accepted the apology in private, and that was a few weeks ago, I think. But I haven't really talked to him much. Like, I ping him on Twitter sometimes about something, and sometimes he pings me. But it's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
It probably won't be. Apparently, he said something Arch and Sargon are doing another show every Thursday now. Apparently, It's kind of funny. Arch and Sargon planned to do this a year ago. They just didn't get around to it because Sargon was always busy. So they did the first episode this past Thursday, and people were saying that I was talking about a whole bunch on it. But apparently, it was all positive things.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Moist Leaf, $5. Thank you. Sorry to hear things aren't going super well at the moment. Does this mean there won't be an election video? Thanks for the vids. Long live Canada. Don't worry, everything is happening. Everything's just chewing behind the scenes slowly. I'm just...
Things are going slowly because you were doing them slowly. End of discussion.
Not entirely that.
Yes. That's the only thing that's happening.
No! You're just a fucking liar! Okay.
I love you.
Okay. Chat. There is something negative happening, which I am not allowed to talk about. The mods know what it is. Okay? We will talk about it in the near future, but it's disrupted a lot of things recently. Okay? And I'll be returning. and you will know. Okay, is it Naomi's fault? Yes. You'll know what's going on in the future. Just all I can ask is you just hang with me and be a little bit understanding that just wait, okay? And things are gonna be okay. Things are gonna be okay. The legal challenge of the prorogation. I didn't even hear that there was one, to be honest. Hard to agree with Naomi is just K. Love y'all and take care. Thank you very much, Aaron Gray.
Did you say just K?
Oh, right.
JK.
Oh fuck, I did.
Just K.
Fucking hell.
It's just okay to be me. Do, 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 do. What? No, nobody's having a baby. Get the fuck out of here
Where
with
the
that
baby
nonsense.
stuff come from?
Gross.
Oh.
Boo.
Dev is pregnant. Shut up. Slams Wild. Thanks for joining the D Club, man. Didn't you hear that Arch is a centrist? You've been promoted to fascist based.
Wait, I thought Arch's fans
I don't fucking know. I don't care.
said that you were a socialist. Dave is preggers? Yes, that is exactly what's happening. Dave somehow got pregnant.
Anyway, it's one of those here. It's one of those things where I wanted some people online to at least know what's going on, so that if I get like absolutely flamed for not being around, they can at least be like, no, something's actually happening. So the mods know.
You don't have to tell me that. I know.
I'm telling them. You're not the only person here, Naomi.
Yes, I am. The
He's
rest
finally
of the chat.
adopting, lives in Dev's walls. Yes, he's being adopted. Legal challenge was just approved by a judge. Senenko, I haven't kept it without it. Okay, seriously. This thing that I'm not talking about has sucked up a fair bit of time. So I haven't looked into certain things.
Okay.
What is that face for?
Well, I don't know. I think you're just talking about it too much, Dev. Can we just move on?
Fine.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that please be patient and understanding. And you'll understand later.
Okay.
And that's all.
Okay.
Oh, but one thing I do want to point out is that despite yesterday being kind of bumpy, otherwise, I've actually done a fair bit of like writing and research for upcoming videos. I've used the free time that's been freed up from this to actually do a fair bit of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. Mm-hmm. What are you rolling your eyes for?
I'm not.
I'm looking. Okay, Naomi, look at your face right now.
Yes.
What is this fucking? Fuck you.
I literally am not doing anything. You're just freaking out.
Anyway, Senenko, DM me what you're talking about because I want to see it. Wait, hit Naomi. Okay,
Ow.
nice. Yay, I'm adopted. Can I have a puppy?
No.
Why not?
Why?
Don't you want a dog?
Yeah.
Well, he wants one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can't get one yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Soon enough. Oh, that's another thing that's happening soon. Is probably moving once again.
Yeah.
That specter is being raised again.
Yeah. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we'll probably be able to when we move.
Yeah. Maybe.
Artemis found out where Dev lives. Oh no.
Oh no.
He's hunting us. Ow. I just poked my head.
Well, why would you do that?
The move is soon, TM. Oh, Zontar, send me a DM. I'll talk to you after, okay? Since Zontar actually wanted to help us when we're like moving in, because he's like in the area where we're going. Oh man. I can only hope if it's in February. Oh, why? What's going on in March?
Death. Destruction. The end of the civilized world as we know it.
I don't have a Twitter or Discord anymore since I was in a channel that got yeeted even though I was added and didn't join it. Oh.
Womp.
Rip.
That sucks.
Oh, you can email it to me then, I guess. Yeah, Senenko. Dave manages the SFO email account. So if you like send an email to sfo@gmail.com and be like, "Hey, it's Senenko. Dev explicitly told me to email this account." It won't fall through the cracks with the information. Or just like, I don't know, post a link in the chat. I don't fucking know. Hey, Mr. Turnips, what's up, man? Trump voters are winners of the They Fell For It Again Awards 2025. Oh my god. There's so many things that Trump's walked back on. It's fucking incredible. And also, all the things that he's not walking back on are all things I don't like. So it's like, well,
Well, you already didn't want him to win, so
No,
that
I
doesn't
didn't, no.
matter.
only mods can post links. Well, shit. Well, shit. Anyway, the meme coin president. Oh yeah, there's gonna be like a Trump coin. It's gonna be like a Bitcoin thing,
Amazing.
like a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I love it.
Trump's
Great.
gonna fucking rug pull people. It's gonna be awesome. Oh man. Oh, I'm actually like really excited for it.
Why?
Cause okay, listen. Trump is like okay. What's a good way to put this? Trump is like what a low class American thinks a high class American is.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't actually act like a high class American.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
So
Very aware.
it's like, but there, I mean, there's still some value in that though, in appealing to that group of people through what he does. So the fact that like he's selling like sneakers and he's fucking like the gold sneakers and he's he sells like Trump NFTs last year. He's doing Trump coin. It's just all him, just fucking stealing people's fucking money, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
That's why he is the president of business. President business.
Trump is a billionaire with the spirit of a low class American. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. It's so funny. CoffeeZilla. Hold on. Isn't CoffeeZilla the guy that like got... No, it's not. What was the guy's name? The guy who like completely destroyed his online career over World of Warcraft. Like just last week.
Oh,
Pirate something?
Pirate.
Pirate Software?
Yeah.
Fuck. Crazy. Did you see the meltdown of the rightos with Bill Burr for one single thing he's not with them? He went mask off. I didn't see that. Okay, listen, guys. I've been disconnected from a lot of things. All right? So like the past round of news items I've completely missed. I only saw the Pirate Software stuff. That's it.
Okay, also, is the pirate software thing, like, actually a big deal? Because I was watching someone's video about it, and it seemed like a huge fucking nothing
It is nothing burger. The issue ultimately...
But, like, is he actually, like, his career ruined now? Because
lots of people are... Well, honestly, it's kind of funny because what's happening to him is very similar to what's happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is that he's actually wrong and I'm actually right.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that there's a giant mass of people that used to like him that think he's wrong and they're now all abandoning him. And they think, oh, he's doubling down. Oh, he won't admit when he's wrong. Oh, he has a big ego. Oh. That's what's happening. The actual event itself is a nothing burger. It's a fuck up in a world in a video game. Who cares?
Yep.
It's the fact that he publicly and repeatedly kept blaming other people and not taking any responsibility for himself. But he didn't even explain his position. Like at least okay, listen. When people go up against me and they're like, "Dev, you're egotistical. You're wrong." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Here's how I'm right. I'll give you my position. I'll lay it out." He didn't even do that. He just kept saying, "I'm not talking about this with you. Fuck you." Walked away. Wouldn't give anyone the time of day. Blew off all of his former friends. Like just everything fell apart.
Wild.
And it's because he just couldn't admit that he fucked up. Wait, how did he threaten them? I missed that part.
Also, yeah, Bill Burr, the point of his comedy is just to make everyone hate him.
Yeah. I gotta look
That's
up
why I like him.
from what what Juper Soze says. I gotta look up what Bill Burr said.
Wouldn't it be Hooper Soze?
I don't fucking know.
Hooper Soze.
I don't fucking know, dude. If someone has that, like here, if someone who's in the Discord can like maybe drop me what's going on with Bill Burr, I want to see it. All these news stories that I missed, I want to see. I just haven't seen them, you know?
No, he threatened with Twitch and Blizz bans on streamers because of viewers.
That's right. I remember that now. Because Pirate Software used to work for Blizzard on World of Warcraft back in the day. And so he still has many connections at Blizzard. So he's like, yeah, I can get people banned. If you keep like teasing me, I'll get people. It's like, well, this is fucking ridiculous, dude. Bill Burr for the cover and government message screwed up their fire management. Okay.
That's it freely.
All right. I did in fact see that Melanie brought up Goonergate again. Okay, here's okay. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about this really, really hard. Okay. Melanie I watched Melanie's video, and in it, she said, "I'm getting canceled." And what happened is, Melanie has this view about sexual content in video games, and part of her audience disagreed with her and said, "No, we think this is stupid." They unsubbed from her. They stopped watching her videos, unfollowed her on Twitter, stopped giving her money wherever they were giving her money, and she calls that being canceled.
Yeah, it's not being canceled.
And I'm just like, well, hold on. Has the word canceled now just been expanded to receiving any blowback for anything you do ever?
Yes. Did you not know that?
Like, it's fucking stupid, dude. Okay, here. All right? Like, again, I'll use myself as an example, okay? I give a take. People don't like it. Maybe even people are really fucking stupid about it, right? Maybe they even lie about the take that I've given, or they blow it up harder than I actually said it. I get this all the time. I get it daily at this point. I'm not being canceled. That's not canceling. Now, when Aiden Paladin directly lied about me in her video about me, that was a cancel attempt. But when some random person says, "Hey, I don't like your Ruby Ridge take," or whatever, and then I'm going to unsub from you, I think you're terrible, I can't watch you anymore, that's not being canceled. It's, oh man, it's kind of crazy, you know?
Also, we missed 2 donations.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Lives in Dev's Walls, for the $2. John Mulaney's stand-up bit on that was good.
What's the,
I
on
assume
what?
on Luigi or
The fire?
the fire.
Yeah.
Either or. And then thank you for the $2.08. Next move fun. Hope whatever is happening in the background gets resolved soon. Also, Leighton Dev.
Thank you very much, dude. Thank you very much. My bartender stopped serving me after 10 drinks. I was canceled.
Correct.
Thank you for staying in the D Club, man.
We need more gooner bait in video games until morale improves and Puritans fuck off. I mean, I agree, but I also think that we need more gooner and not just women gooner. No.
You mean like
yes.
hot men too. Well, I mean, dude, there's like beefcake dudes in Marvel Rivals too.
Listen, no, Marvel Rivals is good for that. My only complaint about Marvel Rivals is that some men should have like a bigger ass because of like just what they do in general. Like, it doesn't make sense for like some of them to like have like almost a pancake ass. And I'm just like, that's not how this works, guys. If they do squats, they're gonna have an ass.
Butters. I never use these. Hi, Dev. Hi, Naomi. Thanks.
Hi. Thanks.
That's not mod Butters. It's other Butters.
That's okay.
There's 2 Butterses.
Yes.
But also, hi, man. The mods from Marvel Rivals are great.
Yep.
Oh god, that one fucking. Venom's a character in Marvel Rivals, right?
Yes, he has a huge ass.
Yeah. Well, someone fucking modded him to have like a 12-foot dick.
Someone also modded him to be like grotesquely fat, like huge, like bigger than all like 5 big chunkuses. It was gross.
Hey, Lumi. Yeah, Lumi, I wanted to be there with you yesterday. Just wasn't gonna happen. Not this time. I even told Savvy because like Savvy was supposed to be on the Archcast like 2 months ago, and then she just couldn't make it last minute, and we were talking about it, and then she was like, "Yeah, next time," and then this time I couldn't make it. I was like, "Oh, next time." I will get on the Archcast with her eventually.
Sometime in the future.
Sometime.
Maybe.
Sometime.
Maybe not.
Savvy's a psyop. Well, no, Savvy is... Oh, $10 from Festiva. Shadiversity had the best take from the religious standpoint and was the only Christian, he's a Mormon, to actually quote Scripture correctly. Ultimately, this is just fighting Puritans left and right. That's true, yeah. Shadiversity said that, like, human sexuality obviously is not inherently evil the way that some Christians think that it is, because God said, be fruitful and multiply. That requires sex.
Yeah.
So it's not only evil, but like there are times and places where it is appropriate. And then there are ways in which you can allow yourself to basically go too far with your own sexuality. That was kind of his take. I think it was a more reasonable take than, yeah. Fruitful, not fruity. Base! Okay, so Savvy is somebody who, like, should, in normal times, be like a center leftist. And probably be voting for, like, a non-insane Democrat. Right? The issue is the left's gone fucking insane. So Savvy did end up voting for Trump, I think.
Oh.
And I get it. I wouldn't have done it in her place, but I get it. Oh, hey, Christina Tasty. How's it going?
Tasty.
I get it, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, the other right wingers that are aligned with Trump, they're not going to be nice to you, Savvy. They're not going to be nice to the fact that you are into all this gay porn because she 100% loves like
This is because gay porn's good.
like femboys fucking each other.
Yep.
That's like her thing.
Yep.
And here's the thing: that sort of thing's normally like center left politically, if you're gonna map it onto politics. But no, man. Ever since Trump has won, the right is like going more mask off and more mask off, and we are seeing more censorship from them.
Mm-hmm.
We are seeing more puritanical aspects kind of reemerge out of the right wing, in a way that didn't really happen in 2016. I know everyone says like, how come you're so worried about Trump, guys? Like, he's already president once. It's like, yeah, but the right was not nearly as insane in 2016 as they are now.
Mm-hmm.
They are significantly more crazy now.
Everybody got radicalized during COVID.
Yeah.
Not trying to glaze, but Archcast is far more entertaining and substantive when you were on. Arch needs to push back. Thank you for the $5.
Thank you very much. Here's the thing: I've been told that by a lot of people because Lumi's in the chat. No offense to you, Lumi, but you're more of a you're more in the cultural space, and I'm more in the explicitly political space. So when it comes time to talk about real politics, I tend to like jump in more than you do. And so when real politics come up, right now Arch has like no one to talk to about that.
Tip Sargon.
Yeah, but Sargon wasn't on the Archcast. That's like they're doing a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hate me. You.
Also, thank you for the $5, Mega Leg. Rare. Fuck, I can't read.
Rare
Rare
Mormon
Mormon
win,
win, to be honest. Anyhow, evangelicals continue to ruin my religion. All religion ruins religion. That's just how it works.
Oh yeah. And to love my $5, try to make an edit of you, and I post it in the fan art channel. Check it out after the stream. It's funny and hard to watch, but also high quality. Okay.
Oh, it's a video.
Check it out.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. People tried to say that there was no satanic panic in the 80s and 90s.
What? What? Yes, there was.
Yep. No, they're saying that
I was like, I was 4 when the 90s were. No, I wasn't even 4. I was born.
you were born in 96.
I was born when the 90s were around. And even I know there was satanic panic.
Yep. Naomi's an elder Zoomer.
Correct. I'm just old.
Be fruitful, multiply. That's what that meant. I've been studying math.
Oh.
But yeah, it was John De La Rose started that push, and he basically said that like, yeah, the old censorious religious right wing never existed. That was all a psyop by the left. It's all been astroturfed, and it didn't happen that way back then. And it's like, you're just a fucking piece of shit. Like, holy fuck.
Good God. Numi, you were like 11. Yes, I know. Listen, 96 is the...
is the beginning of Zoomer.
We all,
95 is the end of millennial.
We all call ourselves cuspies. We are millennials and Zoomers at the same time.
It's 80 to 95, and then it's 96 to...
something. I don't fucking know.
2010?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think.
Don't ask me.
No, it's 96. I think it's like, whatever. 97 is Gen Z, so I thought it was 94 and after. No. Okay, it's 95. 95 is cut off.
What, 97?
It's every 15 years, guys.
Yeah.
No worries, Lumi. We like you too, says Starhawks. Oh.
Thanks.
And did I miss anything? Nope. Okay.
That's fair, Avalon. I read it. Have fun at work.
Have fun, Avalon. Have fun at work. So anyway, yeah. There was like Gen Z, then Gen Alpha, and then also, by the way, apparently this year is the beginning of Generation Beta.
Mm-hmm.
So kids born right now, like January 1st onward, are betas.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be fucking terrible. Because like, imagine in 15 years they're on the internet, it's like, oh, beta, you're a fucking beta loser. It's gonna be awesome.
No,
I can't wait till I'm like 65, just trolling on Twitter, like, you fucking betas. I'm gonna love being an old man. It's gonna be great.
Because you will be too old and addled. Like, everyone who's gonna make that joke is
Yeah.
gonna be too old and addled to actually make the joke on the internet, and like the other people will be like, "Fuck you guys talking about, you old fucking man." So it's not gonna actually matter.
Dude, I'm gonna have so much fun trolling those fucking kids.
You already have fun trolling people. Stop
Listen.
being a bully.
No, listen.
Stop.
I'm gonna be like
Stop.
on my deathbed, like 95 years old. I'm gonna be like, get me on Twitter. I need to troll these fucking punks. Okay, you know, there's that picture of the guy who's like in bed and is like, he's like on like he hooked up to the machines and he's like nearly dead. He's like, I wish I spent more time on Twitter. That'd be me actually. I'll actually be that guy. Moving from studying curves to studying curves. Yeah. Senenko, we made a Discord a year ago, man. Discord.gg/SFO. Hop in there.
Yeah, Dev is an honorary boomer. I don't care how much of a fucking millennial you are.
Yeah, I
You're an
guess so.
honorary boomer.
Yeah, I kind of am. Yeah.
Because you're just a fuck. God.
Um,
Damn it.
These events forget the entire chapter of Luke 11. TLDR, legalism bad. Don't do that stuff. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Thank you for the $5, man. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to say. Because
It's gone from your dementia-addled mind.
what are we talking about? Okay.
I don't know.
Mods know about IRL thing. Talking about what I've been doing during absence.
Mhm.
Oh, I've been like I've been writing some videos. Didn't do any writing yesterday, which you actually bugged me for. I was like lying in bed and Yami was like, "Go write," and I was like, "I can't get out of bed."
Yeah, like all yesterday was me just like occasionally checking in on Dev, being like, "Hey, how's your script going?" And he's like, "Oh," I was like, "Okay."
however, every other day though during this event, I've been doing a lot of writing and a lot of researching. I actually feel pretty good about some of the stuff coming up that I've put together. You know what? I don't want to spoil it this time, but I think you guys will actually really enjoy it.
Yeah, stop spoiling things.
In terms of the Archcast,
At some point you will be back on in the future.
At some point, I wanted to. Here's the thing: Arch says like, Dev, you need to make your reply videos to all the people who are like attacking you right now, and I do. By the way, I do need to make those videos for sure. However, that wasn't like the only reason as to why I was gone. Oh hey, Shishel, welcome back. The Lieutenant Panic was largely led by Tipper Gore. The fact that John Idle was writing cover instead of using this to slam his enemies is telling. Yeah, exactly. Tipper Gore was he was a Democrat. However, he was like still a very religious person.
Mhm.
So it's one of those things where it's like he should, if he actually is politically savvy, not madam savvy, but politically savvy, he'll say, hey, this is actually like a the Democrats did this to you, not Republicans. And by the way, even if Tipper Gore did, like Tipper Gore was part of the 1992 video game congressional hearings, but in the general culture, it was 100% like Christian church-going soccer moms who were clutching their pearls over video games and rock and roll and D&D and horror movies and all this shit. All right. Joseph Havens, $5 is 96. I agree with Naomi. Oop. The cutoff date for millennials is varies. We are the in-betweeners. Yeah, that's true.
Because like most of the like everyone born in '96 has the same experience as millennials do with like being in that period where like there was only like some technology in schools instead of like now schools are just like everybody gets a fucking laptop or an iPad or something. That's very strange to me.
Was Tipper Gore a woman? Who the fuck am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Tipper Gore. Fuck.
Former Second Lady of the United States of America.
Oh, I was thinking of fucking Joe Lieberman. How the fuck that? Probably because Al Gore, Tipper Gore's husband, was politically relevant at the same time as Joe Lieberman was. Oh my fucking god. Okay, fuck my asshole. Okay. Gee, maybe she was trans. Oh my god.
You read that?
Terrace, $10. Thanks very much, man. Between the 30-year-old boomer meme and the progressive becoming your parents commercial series, I think what people say is specific to boomers is just what people that age tend to do. Yeah, somewhat. People like calm down when they get a little bit older, you know. They get a little more like nesty. Yeah, I think that's normal.
Yeah.
$5 Oversized Trash Panda. I'm never 95, and as far as I'm concerned, all you 96ers are all infants.
Yeah, that's fair.
Naomi, you're an infant.
Yep. Can confirm.
Naomi. Fuck my ass, Dev 2025. Yes, Chief.
Yep. Will do after stream.
Hey, girl, you help prove the conjecture. You're equals QT pie. Oh, God. That's a 90s joke. Fuck. Mercedes Riviera. 89er here. I'm the revered elder of the 96ers.
Yes, you are. The revered? Isn't it revered?
Oh, fuck. You're right. It's revered. Oh, my God.
I am the Reverend Elder.
The Reverend.
Reverend Elder.
Kids nowadays don't use chalk in school anymore.
Yeah, no, they have smartboards. Those got introduced, I think, when I was in high school.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have smartboards that you can like write on with like smartboard markers.
Well, for a while it was just like whiteboards. You
No,
just dry
yeah, the
erase.
smartboards.
Yeah.
Because that way you don't. Because that way you can also like show documents and stuff without having to take out the fucking like projector that you have to put all the like the clear thingies on. You can't write on them. You can just write on the smartboard.
I wonder if my old high school still has just like old style chalkboards.
Probably not.
Well, because here's the thing: those chalkboards.
Like I mean, they might have like they
I
might
don't know.
have chalkboards, but they probably don't use said chalkboards.
Okay.
Because like I think near the end of my high school experience, like every single room had a smartboard, but like it wasn't like all across like the chalkboards where it was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like in one place, and then the chalkboards were like on the sides, but like people didn't really use them.
Yeah. So my high school when I was there had chalkboards, and those chalkboards were the same fucking chalkboards that my dad was there for, because the high school is it's a small town, right?
Well, yeah. Why would you replace the chalkboards? As
yeah,
long as you clean them, they're fine.
And I haven't been in that school in a very long time, obviously, but I had to go back for something in like 2016, and I had to I went to the office and I was getting something from them. And so they said, yeah, just come back in like 10 minutes, it'll be fine. So I decided to just like do a lap around the school to see how the place looked like. So I just walked around. And this was 2016, so it's still, almost 10 years ago, but still, there were still chalkboards. And I was like, oh, I haven't been in school now for like almost a decade. And also now there's more, now 2016 is like pretty modern for technology. And there's still not, you haven't upgraded to whiteboards yet or anything? It's like, nope, it's all the same old chalkboards, yeah.
Well, I mean, I know in university that like a lot of old professors would refuse to use whiteboards and would just have like the 3-pronged chalkboards, and like they would write as they talk, and then like as it got to the end, they would just go back to the other side and just like erase the one chalkboard. It'd be really funny to like hear people's like either start typing faster or writing faster.
Yeah. Yeah. My high school was a mix of chalkboards and smartboards. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And also, Lives in Dev's Walls says, from Lagrangian to getting Lestrangian, I get it. Naomi's not going to get it, but I get it.
Get it.
It's math. And then he says, I'm tapping out in the math innuendo. Nice. So yeah, apparently, so Schnitzel asked how the infighting's going.
Infighting?
I don't know if, no, Christina Tasty would know about this, but Lumi would if Lumi's still here. No, the infighting regarding all of Stuttering Craig's guests, because the Goomergate thing has completely blown apart like the anti-woke part of the internet, because you have the Christians who are saying no, do not allow degeneracy, and then you have the more like libertarian people who are saying hold on, let people decide what they want to buy. And yeah, so like because Smash JT's beefing with Melanie Mack and Jeremy the Quartering and Razorfist has jumped in, and well, here's that, like, guys, I did my Goonergate video several weeks ago. The arguments since I made my video haven't changed. It's just that more people have gotten in on the conversation.
Oh, you
But-
did.
but the
Didn't I
arguments-
voice in that one?
You did.
Oh, I didn't.
You
I forgot
voiced
to watch it.
you in fact you voiced Madame Savvy, and you voiced Melanie Mack.
Oh,
Yeah, in that video.
I forgot to watch it when it came out. Whoops. Sorry. Love you.
Us 2000 babies experience the true transition into everyone gets a laptop. I got a
Yeah.
laptop in my personal school years, my senior year.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yep. Because I know when my sister was in school, she got a laptop, but like she was in like elementary school and she got a laptop.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me, man.
I know, right? Like she got a like they were shitty Mac laptops, which is also actually that's one of the reasons. Okay, for those of you who are young enough in the chat to have had your own laptop during school that was given to you by school, were they Mac laptops or were they just like regular ass like Acer laptops? Like, because they're gonna be cheap because they're school provided. But I think that's one of the reasons why so many like younger people don't really like understand computers that well, because Mac and Windows are two totally different things.
Well, also it's not the Mac and Windows. It's also the fact that a lot of schools use Chromebooks, which are also
Yeah,
very
yeah,
simplified
Google
too.
Chrome
Yeah.
laptops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's usually one of those three things. I think that's one of the reasons why, because pretty much every company uses Windows, especially for boomers who had to like use like that was the only thing that was around.
Schnitzel keeps okay. You keep saying Cherry Fox. You can say Kirsch's name. It's okay, but What side did I assume Kirsch probably took more my side than the Christian side, right? She seems more like a libertarian than a Christian.
Chromebooks, yes.
Oh, also, Senenko, one of you mods, please DM Senenko on Discord right now if you're listening, and poke around and be like, because he wants to send me something, so go talk to him if you don't mind. Or Senenko, you can just DM me directly too as well. I should be my DMs should be open, but just in case.
Yeah, so it seems like a shit ton of Chromebooks, a couple of Apples, and like some Dells.
Dells.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Dude, you're getting a Dell. Fucking 2000s era. But yeah, like I did the Goonergate video 2 weeks ago, and the actual conversation is the same as it was 2 weeks ago. There's been no developments in things, just that more creators have jumped on to the conversation now. Because when I made that video, Razorfist wasn't in on it yet, and the quartering wasn't in on it yet. I spoke about Smash JT, Dread Roberts, Melanie Mack, Madam Savvy, V, and who's the last one? Oh, JF Trent. Trent's the fucking worst one. And then a little bit on John Delarose, because Trent and John Delarose are butt buddies. What was that looking?
You said butt buddies, and I was just it's an odd sentence. That's it.
You haven't heard that before?
I mean, I think so. I assume that means gay, or just like good buddies who are secretly gay.
Yes, that's the joke.
Yeah.
It's an old man joke. It's not, you don't hear it anymore. Yeah.
An old band. Yes, I.
Yeah. Wait, my high school used Gate laptops. Oh, okay.
Aw.
Cool. And to be fair, transport Satanic Panic era Tipper Gore to today, and she'd be waving a mega flag on her Daily Wire owned YouTube channel. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Gen X here. Satanic Panic absolutely was real. Anyone saying otherwise is lying. Also, the computer lab in my high school had Commodore 64s.
Oh.
Born again Christians are annoying. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for all the donations, guys. I appreciate it. By the way, when I was really young, the computers in my computer lab when I was a kid at school, like grade school, were icons. And by the way, icons were already out of date at this point. And you Americans don't know what icons are. So I'm going to show you what icons are real quick, okay? Just give me a second. Okay. Check this out, guys. Okay. The icon, nicknamed the Bionic Beaver, was a networked personal computer built specifically for use in schools for the Ontario Ministry of Education. Yeah. It was just a proprietary machine that ran unlike any other computer, and basically anything that you learned about with icon computers was not transferable over to other, except for like typing, same keyboard.
Yep.
But it was like its own fucking thing.
Yep.
And like, look at this picture, guys. There was no mouse. You had a trackball.
God, I hate trackballs.
The trackball was built into every single icon computer because they didn't trust students with having a mouse.
You know what? Fair. Understandable.
So, and by the way, like, this shit was already out of date when I went to go use it as a kid, because like, you know, I come from a small town. We got all the hand-me-downs, right? Yeah. So like the shitty school. So here's your fucking
school. It's just the school in a small town, which makes it shit. You can't just call it the shitty school. It implies there's other schools.
Wait, hold on. Somebody found an entire container of these unused and her husband passed away. That's fucking funny.
Amazing.
So yeah, like, yeah, see, it was widely used in the mid to late 80s, but disappeared after that time. I wasn't in school in the fucking 80s, all right? Like, I was a kid in the 90s, okay? Definitely after 1994. And my fucking my grade school was still using this shit. Because my fucking town sucked so much. So, yeah, basically the government's like, listen, we need computers to teach kids how to use computers, because computers are the future. Okay, fair enough. What should we do? Make a unique computer just for Ontario that maps onto no other standard. Okay.
Ontario.
Yeah. Is there anything else interesting here?
No.
Do you remember any of this?
No.
Cross Country Canada.
Yeah.
Drive across Canada. Oh, I remember Ernie's Big Splash.
I don't know any of this.
Yeah. Northwest Fur Trader. Yeah, dude. I recognize some of this stuff.
Oh.
Dev actually went to school in the 60s and let him fool you.
Dev, you lived in a small town, no funding. I live in the largest city in my state and still no funding. We are not the same.
So yeah, like a lot of this shit. Fuck, talk about memories. Just looking at this thing, I feel like I'm fucking 5 again. You know, it's like, oh, crazy. Okay, that's the Icon computer.
Amazing. A wonderful prehistoric discovery.
I kind of want one.
No.
Okay, if I can find one, can I keep it? Okay, hold on, okay, seriously. Let's say you're walking down the road and someone's putting their garbage out and there's an Icon computer in the garbage. Can I take it?
Yes. But you're not
Awesome.
allowed to pay for it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's the rule.
Remember overhead projectors? We didn't have overhead projectors. We had
I
projectors on a
remember
cart.
overhead projectors.
Our projectors were on a cart. You'd like rent it out and like roll it around the school.
Yeah.
You recall those TV carts too?
Yeah.
Like a TV on the cart, you had to roll it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was on VCR.
Yep.
and,
VCR,
and
man.
Every single teacher would have issues with the DVD player. When DVD players were introduced, every single one. I don't know why. Every single one.
Can you refer to your as your Opie lolly wife? Opie means boobs,
Ow.
and lolly, just means short.
Lolly does not just mean short.
Opie lollies are basically just like lolly characters with giant fucking racks, and usually big hips too. So they're like
Why
short.
are they
they're
lolly?
they're like
Then
short-
they're not lolly.
Because they're short stacks.
Damn it. Then fine.
Okay, hold on. Opie lolly. What's an Opie lolly? Give me an image.
Porn.
What? What do you mean there's no images matching this? Fuck you. There's
Babe.
no fucking way there's no images. Okay. What the?
This is amazing.
Wow. You mean she's underage? Wow.
Maybe like put anime.
Is it like a banned fucking
Maybe
term?
maybe put like anime. Now look at images.
Do you believe Opie lollies are a thing? No.
Nope. Wow.
Google Images is just not going to give you any. Is it just lolly that's banned? Hold on. If you search lolly on Google, you get on images.
Nope.
You get a bunch. Then why was okay, I don't fucking know. Or
Well,
care.
maybe just search up Opie.
Okay. Opie. There's anime boobs, but you get nothing for Opie and lolly.
What? That's actually very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. What's an example of an Opie lolly? We're talking like the dragon, one of the dragon girls from I forget the name of the anime now. Holy fuck! It's going to be in the next Ace video. As a ploy to get Devin to look up lolly. Okay, here we go. This is kind of one. Lolly type body, giant rack.
Boobs are too big.
That's the point, yeah.
No.
Yeah, this fucking person, whatever her name is.
Oh, and Miss
She has, like-
Kobayashi's dragon.
Yeah,
maid?
she has like ridiculous tits, even though she's a lolly. Yeah.
She's not a lolly. I'm pretty sure she's an adult woman.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they're all over 9,000 years old, Naomi.
But like specifically an adult woman. God damn it.
Don't worry, there's no horses involved, so I'm not like Bosch.
Okay.
Uh-oh, this froze.
Just refreshing.
Oh.
There you go. That's fine. Does Naomi accept cat pictures? Yes. Always DM me your pets. I will love you forever. And probably your pets.
Are we speedrunning Kurt Eichenwald live on stream? Oh god, Kurt Eichenwald fucking... He posted like a screenshot of like his tabs. He has something else, and there was like hentai in it. And it was like tentacle porn. And he's
That's
like...
why you save it in a folder. In a folder on your favorite
And then
bar.
he made a public statement where he's like, listen, I'm not actually into tentacle porn. my wife did not believe that drawn pornography exists, so I decided to look some up for her and show it to her, and that's why that was there. And it's like, no.
I mean, that could be true, but if it was saved to his favorites bar, that is definitely
No,
not
it
true.
was a tab that was open.
Oh, it was just a tab that was open, so
Yeah.
he's just bad about closing his tabs.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he lost like all of his jobs. He had like a bunch of writing.
Done. You're welcome. Smack.
Okay. He had like a whole bunch of writing credits at like New York Times and like all over the fucking place, and he lost like all of them.
Oof.
It's like,
Wait, he
well,
lost all of them just because he had like a tentacle hentai open
tab. Yeah.
tab that wasn't even open on the screen. It was just a tab.
Listen, man, this was like 2019, 2018 or something. It was the height of canceling everyone for everything.
Jesus.
You're even remotely problematic, you get fucking blown away.
I eat.
That's how it was on the internet back when the left ruled the roost.
I eat.
If you ever sort of think about how TVs went from bulky, heavy things to flat, light things in every building now, I'm curious if Gen Alpha recognizes it. Probably not. Probably not. I mean,
I do because my parents had a 60-inch TV that was not a flat screen. That thing was massive, and I cannot believe we got it in the fucking house because it was huge. Like, we had it set up so that you could only see the back. Like, when you were watching the TV, you couldn't see, like, the back of it, so it looked like a flat screen TV from the front. But, like, going around, it was like, oh my god, it is huge. This belongs in a giant's house.
let's read some more super chats. Oversized Trash Panda, thank you. The first computer I learned to use had a trackball, and it basically made it impossible to play Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone game. Ripperoonie. Mercedes again, $5. A mall developer donated money to my elementary school for new Macs and to install a new computer lab. Oh, that was nice of them. Yeah. Terrace for $5. Icon Computers and Nortel. Any other famous contributions to tech by Canada? The BlackBerry. That was us.
Oh, I never used a BlackBerry.
Yeah. Jay Goodman, the Goodman JS. What's your opinion on the AI slop going on? I mean, AI slop, like just the crazy numbers of like AI generated pictures? Is that what you mean? It's funny,
I mean,
but
AI learning from AI, learning from AI, learning from AI. AI.
Let's make Naomi happy. $2 from Schnitzel. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then $2 from Devs Walls. I'll wear Schnickles for you. Let's get swiggly.
Sounds good.
CRT and gaming. Gaming on a CRT. Yeah. Thank you, Vitek. Appreciated.
Oh, that's worse.
Oh, hold on. Tara Shrevenko, $10. He said specifically, my son and I were watching hentai to prove to my wife that tentacle hentai existed. The tab didn't have tentacles. Then posted text on the subject between him and his wife. Oh,
Why are you including your son in that? Yeah, you know what? Now I see why I got canceled.
Yep. Alaska Knight, $5. Have you seen the dumb drama around Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Yeah, so apparently people are like the anti-wokies are losing their crowd over Kingdom Come 2 because there's a gay sex scene in it, apparently.
Awesome. Where? Now I have to buy it again.
Jesus Christ, am I fucking dating Madame Savvy here? You're just as much of a Fujoshi as she is.
Yes, you already knew that. Am confirmed yaoi lover. You used to make fun of me for it on stream all the time.
I know.
Well, then shut up.
How come you used to complain whenever I'd send you like picture of like hot femboys then?
Because back then I actually preferred my men to look more like men in my yaoi.
And now you like femboys?
Well, now I just don't care. Now I just like everybody.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Naomi is Madame Savvy confirmed, but fuck off. Oh, wait. There were leaks of it being banned in a Middle Eastern country because it's not just a gay scene, but it's unskippable, and that sort of thing seem to indicate a certain direction in the game. Yeah. So also,
okay.
like Daniel Vavra, the guy from before who made the first game, was very much like, we're doing a historic period piece. We're not putting random minorities in 1300s Bohemia because it doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's like, okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Is it worse for TikTok to be owned by China and it pushes Chinese propaganda, or for it to be owned by the U.S. and push U.S. propaganda? It's best to be owned by the U.S. and to not push U.S. propaganda, actually.
Yeah, but okay, which one you have to pick if they're both if the only choices are propaganda and propaganda?
Well, then obviously American propaganda, yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Talking about Savvy, she absolutely destroyed Arts in the last Archcast. Yeah, I know, I've heard. I've even spoken to her about it. Next time, I'll be there when she's there. I can yap about this for too long. No senior people according to the people who got early access to the game. Okay. All right.
Oh.
Okay, hold on a second. Diff wants to choke on Uncle Sam's cock.
Yum yum.
No, there's so much to comment on here. I don't know exactly what to comment on first.
Pick something.
Mm.
Rock, paper, scissors with yourself.
What were we talking about before we did the before icons?
I have no idea.
There was something there.
No, it's gone.
There was something there.
Nope. It's gone.
High schools. Wait.
Nope.
Scroll better, you fucking computer. Stop lagging out. Laptops. Right. We got laptops from school.
Do we care? We already talked all about the laptops.
Well, there's something else before that. What was it? Oh, Satanic Panic stuff. Here, I'm gonna refresh this. It seems like it's fucking dying.
TikTok is back up.
Congratulations on the 150K subs.
Oh.
Listen, I get the joke. I appreciate it. Fuck you.
What do you think about the TikTok ban and how they're moving to Red Note? Thanks for the $5. I think that Americans
stupid.
aren't ready for actual Asian racism.
Mm-hmm.
Like racism from Asian people, I don't think they're ready.
Yep. Both the far left and the far right are of the general opinion that China is better than the U.S. at this point. Yeah, it's so stupid too. Holy fuck.
Yep.
Dude, there's like this crazy amount of anti-American sentiment coming out of both the far left and far right in the United States. And it's fucking insane, dude. Like, it's crazy. All right? On the left, you've got, like, America is this capitalist imperialist power that's conquering other countries and has bases everywhere, and it suppresses native cultures, and it just goes in with their corpos to extract resources, and it's capitalism hellhole. And then on the right, you have, like, America is this degenerate LGBTQ child raping sin fest, and it turns out that, like, you only based Russia with its traditional Orthodox Christianity can actually save the West from devouring itself. And it's like, I fucking hate both of you. You're both fucking stupid. Like, you're fully retarded, and I would love it if you all just got, like, pitched into an oil well that was then lit on fire.
Yeah, see, the thing is, both of those things are true about America. It's just the fact that the other countries that these people are talking about are far worse. And also do the same things.
Mm-hmm.
It's true about all countries.
This is going into this next video. Good. Oh, yeah. Wait. Mars Girl's 11-hour documentary further defaming Vic Mignogna flopped. Really? Okay. I have to say it.
11-hour documentary?
Dude, Mars Girl is fucking
Oh,
insane,
no.
man. Like, she's...
Like, is it just, like, one thing that's 11 hours, or is it split up into, like, episodes?
Mm-mm.
Just one thing that's 11 hours?
Yeah, so Mars Girl first got big
Wild.
way back in the day for being, like, a reviewer on That Guy with the Glasses back in, like, 2008, 2009, 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, like, reasonably popular over there.
Mhm.
And she was all right. And then, like, That Guy with the Glasses falls apart. The internet moves on. That genre of, like, reviewer YouTube kind of dies
No
with
problem.
AVGN and Doug Walker being the only guys who really survived that. Because, like, Spoonie's gone, and, like, Linkara is fucking a joke, and, like, all these people are just gone. But Mars Girl kept on doing her channel on her. I think I'm even bigger than Mars Girl is now, which is kind of funny because I was so much smaller than her back in the day. But like most of these people moved into leftist politics from 2014 to 2016,
Mhm.
including Mars Girl, and in fact tried to move into becoming like a sort of like lefty tuber, big video essayist, like an H Bomber guy kind of thing. Didn't really work out for her. And then she became famous among the next generation of creators for being one of the driving forces behind canceling Vic Mignogna.
You're looking at me like I know who
I think
that
he-
is,
I think-
but you can just keep talking.
I think he's
I
a
don't care.
he's a voice actor who I think got his life completely fucking destroyed over a bullshit canceling attempt back in like 2017 or 2018 or something. And that was years ago. No one gives a fuck about Mars Girl anymore. And then she's still like I said, I saw someone. It might have even been Lumi who linked it to me, either Lumi or Akko, but somebody linked me this 11-hour video she was doing of fucking Vic Mignogna, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? It's so stupid. I didn't even bother watching it, but I'm not surprised it fucking bombed.
Wait, who's Lindsay Ellis? Who am I thinking of?
Lindsay Ellis is nostalgia chick. The irate gamer will be the last man standing of the angry reviewers based. Still hoping SFO does a review and dive into Nature of Predators. What is Nature of Predators? Oh, Vic did Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh!
Ah.
It was so good. Wait, yes, no, obviously English. Look at that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's Katie's Katie's cat. Mars Girls wanted to have Vic canceled because she was in cahoots with Vic's backstabbing friends like Monica Rial and Jamie Marshy. Fucking ridiculous, dude. Okay. Oh. Yeah, dude, the pissed off angry video gamer. I mean, I was on one of those EFAPs where like afterwards we talked about that guy, pissed off angry gamer, and like it was ridiculous watching. It was like this 400, no, maybe like 500-pound Russian man who was just a piss poor version of the AVGN. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
Nature of Predators is a furry bait humanity fuck yeah sci-fi series.
What the fuck? Why would I want to watch that?
Why not?
Chia, thanks for the $10, man. These people think they're smart because they take the opposite opinion from the general sentiment, even though they aren't thinking about the issue any further. Also, Vic voices Yunpei Lori in original Persona 3.
I haven't played any of the Personas.
Did they? I played Persona 3 back in the day. Did they? I mean, dude, obviously Chia is best girl. That's obviously right. But did they replace Vic in the remake of Persona 3? I think the remake just came out. I missed the era of angry video game reviews. A lot of the ones I liked either became soft-spoken lefties or left the space entirely. Yep, a lot of that's what happened, yeah. Everyone was replaced in the remake. Well, it makes sense. It's been like 20 years, right? Oh, Cheese Persona 4. Fuck. Okay, well, my bad.
Good job, Dev.
Listen, I haven't played these games in a long fucking time, okay? I don't fucking remember. What happened with the first Gamergate? Did it die out or what? Yeah, pretty much. The first Gamergate, like a lot of the, I kind of outlined what happened in the Goonergate video. Like a lot of the explicitly right-wing people who attached themselves to it and did not give a shit about gaming or anime or anything else, they built a career and left. So that was like Milo Yiannopoulos. Milo Yiannopoulos did not give a shit about gamers. He latched onto Gamergate just to build his career, and he did. And then once it ended, he was out. Same with Mike Cernovich. He started off in Gamergate too. Did not give a shit about gamers. It was just a culture war for them to like use and exploit temporarily. And then you had like people like Sargon who were real gamers, but due to their experiences in Gamergate, began to move rightward over time. And that's kind of what happened to people like Sargon. And then at that point, I'd say maybe a year after Gamergate, maybe a year and change, it did kind of just fizzle out. And like, because a year later, you had the right-wing grifters move on. You had a group of gamers who had moved rightward as a result of their experiences. They didn't really move on. They were still gamers. But like the next big culture war thing to come up was Brexit. And then after Brexit, it was Donald Trump 2016. That's why you saw in this era, if you think back, it was 8 years ago now or 9 years ago, so it might be hard for some of you to think back, or some of you are too young to think back. But back then, you saw articles being published in 2016 constantly that had like, in the first fucking line, all right, Gamergate, Brexit, Donald Trump. Linking these three things together over and over and over and over and over again in these very progressive articles in like 2015, 2016. So that kind of, it's like a chicken and the egg situation. Like, did Gamergate move into those spaces? Kind of. Did progressives push them along into those spaces? Kind of as well. Yeah. And it kind of became this feedback loop. Yeah, Mercedes Carrera felt like, dude, Mercedes Carrera ended up like fucking her daughter or something.
What?
Something like that.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Gross.
She's in jail now. She's been in jail for like 5 years.
Jesus.
I think they found evidence that her and her husband were like making CP with her kid.
Oh my god.
Like it's fucking nuts, man.
Oh. Gross.
Yep. I did a video on it back when it came out.
Since the inauguration is tomorrow, I wanted to remind you that before Term 1 in 2016, Slate made the post looking for a book to read to help resist Trump. Try this gay
Oh god, yeah, that was fucking hilarious. Actually, I want to see if I can find that article. So if I can. Oh yeah, 2017. Right?
Amazing.
Fucking amazing, dude.
Yes. We need to both read it.
Oversized trash panda, $5. If you say Gamergate Brexit Trump 3 times in the mirror, you wake up the next morning in 2015.
Oh!
Wow. Wait, Chris Ray Gunn was the only Gamergate personality who didn't change? Oh, I disagree with that.
What?
Chris Ray Gunn moved leftward for sure. Absolutely. Listen, you're not gonna be someone who is pro Gamergate and then turn around and in 2020 be on stream with Vosh. And not in like a debating way, but in like a friendly way. Because he was. So no, he changed. He definitely changed. I still don't get how Razor jumped on the new Satanic Panic. He actually likes actual Luciferian satanic black metal. He's old enough to remember the first one.
What is the new Satanic Panic?
The new one is the one happening right now.
Which is just...
Goonergate.
So it's just sex stuff?
Yep.
But it's not about Satan?
Well, no, people are saying that, like, this is more of like a Melanie Mac thing. But people are definitely saying, like, yeah, if you're like this addicted to your Gooner video games, you have a demon inside of you and it's like controlling you.
Okay. See, I haven't heard that part.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude. Go back 2015, save Harambe!
Harambe!
Until we get movies like LOTR again with an all-white cast, wokeness is not dead. See, I know what you're saying, but also, I know what you're saying. So here's the thing. There are some people out there who just want an all-white cast because they don't like non-white people.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are some people who are out there who say they want an all-white cast because it makes sense in certain types of stories to have only an all-white cast.
Mm-hmm.
And the former is kind of shitty. The latter is completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, it makes sense that Harry Potter is predominantly white British people. Because of where it's fucking set.
Well, no, it's because of the time period. There's a lot. Like, if you
The
said
90s?
it, yeah, if you said it in the modern era now, there's like equal amounts of like black people.
Yeah, I guess the UK's been flooded with fucking immigrants, so yeah.
I wasn't gonna say immigrants. I mean just like regular, like black people born in Britain.
How many are there really?
I'm sure there's a lot. 'Cause honestly, like Doctor Who had like a fair amount.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's also like a very left-leaning show. Though.
No, the older ones. Like when
Okay.
when it was David Tennant.
Oh, if you say so. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like one of the main companions for a while was black, and her boyfriend was black, and he was a side companion for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I just and also I think one of the shows I was watching like a bit ago just like had like black British people who were like actually British.
Mhm.
Like they weren't all British. Like also I don't okay wait. I know Bridgerton is not real history. No, I'm not, but I don't remember. Is everyone who acts in that actually British? I don't know if they're Americans putting on a British accent or not. Somebody tell me, because I'm not Googling it. I'm too lazy.
Hold on. To be fair, Harry Potter was set in the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the only reason. Like if they remade the movies now, it would make sense for like there to be more black people just like hanging about,
Maybe.
you know? And Harry could be black.
Oh, fuck. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, let's make a traditional African folktale, but just cast a bunch of white people in it. Like, it would be stupid,
Yeah,
right?
no, that's dumb.
Well, it's dumb to do the same thing in Europe. To be
Yeah.
like, let's make it a traditional European story, but make it all black people. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
well,
no.
that's traditional.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the modern era, that's not traditional. Anyway, David Tennant is like technically old now, yes, because he was there for a really long time. There's ancient Doctor Who. There's
Ancient?
old. Yeah, no, there's ancient because it was on in like the 80s, the 70s. I don't remember when
It goes back further than
I don't
that.
remember when it originally aired, but there's ancient Doctor Who, there's old Doctor Who with David Tennant, and then there's modern Doctor Who with Capaldi. And Capaldi is like the start of modern Doctor Who.
See,
like
here's the thing.
is new.
People think that the guy before David Tennant was the start of modern Doctor Who, because before him, there was like a 20-year hiatus.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing. Like, that's the sort of modern Doctor Who, but like old Doctor Who is I always forget his name. Is the guy before David Tennant. I did enjoy his acting, and then
Eccleston, right?
and then like in the middle of Matt Smith's like era is when it gets pushed to new Doctor Who. I'm gonna say when they introduce Clara as new Doctor Who versus old Doctor Who.
I tried watching
And then
through a
ancient
bunch of
Doctor
Doctor Who, and I just couldn't fully get into it. It
Yeah,
was
that's
only, it was
fair.
only like okay.
I fell in love with David Tennant because I was young and he's David Tennant. So that definitely kept me there. And also Eccleston was like great as a like I actually wish he stayed longer. But
Adam Myers, $2. NOP has strong central with NOP. What's that? NOP. I don't know. Yeah, but the first Doctor Who show was black and white. That's how old.
Yeah,
it
no,
was.
I know. Yeah, like it's old. I know. Okay, no wait.
Hold
No,
on.
wait. Before you read this up, here's my question. How come to celebrate African stories they focus on North Africa and never Sub-Saharan? Case in point, Mansa Musa, the leader of the Mali Empire and the richest man in history.
The reason for that is because the north half of Africa was actually full of developed civilizations that weren't just like eating their own shit the way that South Africa was, southern half of Africa. Because in North Africa you have Egypt, you have the Mali Empire, you have Ethiopia, which is a major empire for a good chunk of human history. Like all of the great African civilizations arose in the north. The only notable African civilization to arise out of the southern half of Africa were the Zulus. And even then, to be fair, like probably the most, yeah, exactly, the Shaka Zulu, yeah, probably the most famous, yeah, Carthage, yeah, Carthage, yeah. The most famous African, like native African person is probably Shaka Zulu, in fact. But which is kind of funny because like his empire was the only empire to arise in that location that anyone really fucking cares about. But also, it was so short-lived, you know. I guess my point is, yeah, the North has more documentation than the South. Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like the North had more literate civilizations. Like you had writing, you had trade, you had money, currency, you had blacksmithing, you had roads, you had like you had actual empires. You didn't just have like people running around like hunting gazelle.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of fantasy stories would do good just like being able to set it in like South Africa because you can more or less just do whatever you want.
Yeah,
As long as everyone's black, you're good.
This is what I mean though. Like here, we got to be diverse, guys. Let's do the life and history of Shaka Zulu. Who's gonna play Shaka Zulu? I don't know. Henry Cavill.
Why? No.
Got to be diverse.
That's racist. That's racist. Okay, also
wait. How is it racist? Don't you watch Bridgerton where they race change fucking Queen Anne or whatever her name was?
It's not historically accurate. They literally say that in
Okay.
there.
I'm gonna make a non-historically accurate version of Shaka Zulu where they're all white.
Okay. As long as it's not historically accurate, I don't fucking care. You have to, but you also have to address that in the show, right? Because that's what they do. That's one of the reasons why I actually like Bridgerton so much is because in canon-wise, they actually address that fact.
Yeah, they say that it's an alternate universe. Yeah,
Yes,
got it.
like they address it. Also, we missed 2 super chats.
Oh, sorry,
Thank you
guys.
for the $5. On Thursday, Sargon said he would like to do a stream with you and politely but firmly rejected the idea of doing a stream with Uzlu and Scrump.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? So Scrump and Uzlu blame me for Sargon not talking to them anymore.
Yeah.
No, there's other things happen there, guys.
Yeah.
That I haven't spoken about.
Yeah.
But Sargon rejected those two of his own volition. It wasn't just the fact that they both treated me like shit.
Yeah. Also, thank you, Tara Shavenko, for the $5.
Thank you again, dude.
Thomas Sowell had...
Sorry, there's another one.
Well, you know what?
Naomi, the
read
first
both.
script of Doctor Who was found in a tablet next to the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yes, I know. Okay.
And then Thomas Terrace. Thomas Sowell had an in-depth look at why Southern Africa was never developed economically or otherwise. It's something to do with water, isn't it?
I assume.
There's no rivers, because rivers are the easiest way to conduct massive amounts of trade.
Yeah.
there's no rivers and there's no like there's very little sources of fresh water for like lakes or anything. So like, and also like there's no places to build good ports for sailing. So it just didn't have the right geography to develop like advanced civilizations in southern Africa. Meanwhile, like northern Africa did, Europe did, the Gulf of Mexico did, which is why you had like Aztecs and stuff running around there because the Gulf of Mexico did, and India and places like China, Japan all had really good geography to get like empires kickstarted, but Africa just didn't. They just like critical failed their starting role. Goodman JS $5. Green Book was a good movie with a rich black guy and a poor Italian. I've never heard of Green Book.
And that's because it was, there was Italian people in it and you're racist.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. A bad Civ 5 spawn. Yeah, pretty much.
You. You.
Hold on. Wait. There's something that I saw. Gulf of Mexico. Don't you mean Gulf of America? Okay, listen. Okay, you know what? Trump's like, oh, we're renaming it Gulf of America. Listen, that's the same bullshit as freedom fries from 20 years ago. I don't know if you guys remember that. Maybe you're too young. But like early 2000s, when France wouldn't support America going into Iraq, Americans temporarily renamed French fries into freedom fries. And everyone thought this shit was fucking retarded, dude. Like, it was so fucking dumb. I was a kid and I was even like, this is fucking stupid, dude. Like, what the fuck? And dude, like even being on the early internet back then, Americans on the early internet were like, yeah, our country's ruled by a fucking moron. Yeah, burgers were called Liberty Steaks because hamburger came from the city of Hamburg in Germany in World War II. Yeah.
Huh.
I need water. Hold on. I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna get some water.
Okay, bye.
And then you know what? It's been like an hour, so we'll probably start articles after this.
Do you mean both of us or just you?
No, you go on.
Oh, I'm still here.
Do you need water too?
No, I have water. I just haven't drank any of it.
Oh.
And you're not allowed to have any of mine.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm taking it.
No.
Actually, I'm gonna have to.
No. No, you don't. It's mine.
You're mean to me.
God. Articles, that's not the sip I tuned in for. I mean, yep, that seems to be the case every time. Show us cat pics. I am nowhere near the keyboard. Also, I don't actually know how to share the screen, unfortunately. I'm technically illiterate when it comes to dev stuff.
Oh, well.
A Jim fan, I can tell that you're not currently watching are not caught up to the live stream. So when you hear this, your comments are funny. Where do we post cat pics? You can just send them to me in the Discord, honestly. Like, you can just DM me. My DMs are open. Dev is also illiterate on dev stuff. I mean, that's also true, yeah. Yep.
No, I just unmuted myself. I know how to do it.
Oh.
Okay, so, like, there are many more things that, okay, first of all, there's some things that I want to talk about that I just can't. Secondly, there's a bunch of things that I want to talk about that I can't remember.
Yeah, dementia-addled brain. You gotta start playing.
And then also,
you gotta start playing hard Sudoku.
There's a list of things that I want to talk about that I just can't, that I probably shouldn't talk about because, like, I'm actually really proud of the next script that I'm writing. And I just want to tell you guys the whole fucking thing. And it's like, you know what?
Allowed. No.
I probably shouldn't.
see, that's how you guys know that Dev has an issue with spoilers. Also, Naxalis, it's I think it's private property of Dev if you search it up.
Yep.
Yeah. What's with the Kirsch drama? I don't get it. Everyone, drama is drama is drama. It's drama. It's drama.
She released a document tying me to the actions of other people who harassed her. I didn't actually do any of it, but because my name was tied into it, everyone thinks that I was the mastermind. It's fucking retarded.
Sorry. No.
What?
No.
Naomi's laughing because I couldn't mastermind anything, and she knows it.
No, that's actually, okay, no. My brain immediately went to a hell of a boss. That's it. Because there was an episode called Mastermind. That's it. That's all I was laughing at. That's it. That's all. And my brain immediately tried to picture you singing the song in that, and I was just like, no, that's real bad. Stop. Okay, anyway, we should do articles.
Fuck, there's something else I want to talk about.
No, we just
Okay, hold on.
articles.
Putting aside what I can't and what I shouldn't talk about, what is left? I'm trying to think of it.
Nothing.
God damn it.
Nothing's there.
Oh no, I wanted to say something regarding Christina, but I think she left, unfortunately. Rip. I like her. Christina's great because she always, like, if you followed Christina's Twitter, she's like talking about giant boobs and like grilling like just a whole bunch of meat on on like a barbecue. And I'm like, okay, you're clearly Texan, right? And she's like, no, I'm from the UK. I was like, what?
Spiritually Texan.
Oh yeah, her lust of Judy from Cyberpunk and Tali from Mass Effect. That's right. Oh, you know what? Tali is best girl, to be fair. Tali's great.
Garrus is best girl.
Garrus?
Yes. You ease back on the foot and mouth of the stuff for like a month. I already had to unsub from V, and Styx recently went full JQ. What is JQ?
Jewish question.
Oh.
Wait, Styx actually went full JQ. Wait, did he post a video? Okay, patter of heads. Because I did not know Styx to be
I
a
assume
JQer
that's just
like 5
Nazi.
years ago. JQ is when you start being like, did they really kill 6 million Jews during the Holocaust? But you're not asking it in good faith because you're ignorant. You're asking it because you don't actually believe that it happened, and you're using the question to like crack the door open.
So fucking stupid. It's so dumb. I actually assume that there was probably more than that.
Oh, hey, Dry-Bud.
Undocumented deaths.
Maybe.
You know?
Watch his Krasenstein vid from a few weeks ago. I will not gonna watch it right now, but I will put it aside. I remember now what I want to talk about.
What?
But I'm gonna forget. So
Talk about it now.
it's about no. I'm gonna look this up because I'm gonna forget this one too. It's Rags, okay? So
Rags.
Just tell me that later, okay?
Talking about best boy. Rags.
Do you call Rags best boy because he's a dog?
Yes. It's illegal in Canada to question the Holocaust.
It actually is. No, actually, no. Only if you're a teacher. You can't like question it when you're in your class, which I think is still kind of stupid, but whatever. Okay, his Krasenstein video. What's it called here? I'm scrolling through Styx's stuff. I actually like spent 6 months watching a lot of Styx's content. I really liked him at one point. But I realized he has like, he's very smart, obviously, and pretty well read. His occult stuff is really cool. But he has the same problem that I found that Mencius Moldbug has, in that when there's an obvious hole in his narrative, he wallpapers over it with really flowery speech. And so it's like I can't think of an example, but basically it's one of those things where like, here, it's kind of like this. You have a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
There's an obvious hole in the narrative. When confronted by it, you make a joke and then continue on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, okay, that was funny, and you've now socially deflected from the question, but you didn't actually patch the hole. It just seems like you addressed it by being a bit self-depreciating. Mm-hmm. But the actual problem with your narrative still exists. Mm-hmm. Styx kind of works like that. Tara Shavenko, $5. Seeing people online say, don't ban TikTok, ban Pornhub and OnlyFans. The J-owned websites. Okay, Terrace, can you send me those, please? Because I'm kind of curious. Can you? I want proof. Like, I'm sure it's happening, but I want proof of that. Okay, Ed Krusty spews anti-white degeneracy. Good luck. Okay.
Oh yeah, I agree, Nathaniel. Considering the Third Reich also targeted gays, the Romani, capitalists, and communists, of course the numbers were larger than current estimates. Oh yeah, like 100%.
Here's the thing though, is okay, I'll watch this after. I'll just put it aside for now and see what's going on. But yeah, of course there is criticisms to be sent towards everyone, including Jews, obviously. Like, I remember back when they were first opening up the first Holocaust museum, Jewish lobbyist groups did not want there to be a part of the museum for gay victims or for gypsy victims. And they said it was because the Holocaust was a uniquely anti-Jewish event, and to talk about the Nazis' other victims would be to dilute the and to disrespect the Jews who died.
That's not no. Like obviously, like I'm pretty sure Jews were targeted more.
Yeah, of course they were. Yeah.
But like it's more disrespectful to the other people who were also targeted and who died. Like
Yes.
it's good to talk about all of them, but
Yeah.
like you should probably talk about the Jews more and probably explain why they were targeted more.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's weirdly understandable that the Romani and the gays were also targeted.
Yes. No, it's one of those things where, like, even if you have, like, a very victimized group, like Jews, you can still find Jewish individuals who are just straight up evil. You can still find Jewish organizations that occasionally do some very bad things. Like, everyone's human. There's good and bad in all of us.
Yep.
It's just how it is.
Yep.
Right? And honestly, the fact that you can find these Jewish advocacy groups who wanted to keep gays out of Holocaust museums because they thought it would be anti-Jewish or diluting the Jewish or whatever the fuck. Just because those people exist doesn't mean that other Jews are like that. Doesn't mean that the rest of the Holocaust didn't happen. Like, everyone has everyone's stupid. Everyone's stupid but me. How about that?
Sure. Until you do very
Everyone's stupid but me.
things. Yeah, you do very stupid things. Okay, are you done?
Taras Shavenko. How can I DM you? Twitter doesn't work. My DMs aren't open on Twitter. Follow me and ping me on Twitter or DM me on Discord. One of the two.
Okay, so are you good?
Rags, right?
Rags.
Okay. I want to show you guys something. So.
Is it good or bad?
Oh, I think you guys will like it.
That doesn't answer my question. Because sometimes when you say you'll like this, it's just bad.
Let's see. Rags the YouTuber. Because Rags has his own channel. She's not just a guest on Mahler's EFAP. Rags has his own channel.
Ow.
Where he's a dog.
A doggo.
Okay. So.
Wait, he made a video about Stardew? Do I have to hate Rags now?
No. It's because this person, Queerly B, was saying that Stardew was not progressive and inclusive enough.
How in the fuck? You can literally change your gender if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
Okay. So listen, okay? Before Rags released this video, Solari, the saddest YouTuber, he called me up maybe a week or two before, and we had like a big conversation about it. Okay? I'll check it out, Taras. Thank you very much. We had a big conversation about it. And he actually clued me into the existence of this guy. And by the way, this video is really worth watching. It's really worth watching. So I do think that you guys should in fact go watch him, or go watch this video at some point. However, I wanted to point out a specific moment in this video here. Hi, Rex.
Is the TV unmuted?
Nothing's happening.
Is the TV unmuted?
No, the computer is not unmuted, though. Also, it's set to headphones.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
There you go.
Nope, it's not appearing for them. This fucked up, too.
Ah.
Why don't you ever save the settings? Okay.
Probably because you were testing stuff and forgot to save them.
Maybe. Okay.
A sad guy. A pathetic.
Okay. Where can you send weekly SIP videos? The Discord, there's a place to put.
Oh, whose line is it anyway? I love that show. It's so good.
He always puts like random shit on his monitors whenever he does a video. Okay. I don't want to just spoil the whole video for you, but I want to find a specific moment in here. Okay?
Why didn't you save it on the specific moment?
I completely didn't think of it till like right now. Is it
job.
here?
Or I'm certain all
Why does
will
that
be
guy
made
look like-
clear.
Xander.
What, from
Yeah.
Buffy?
From Buffy, yeah. It's Xander in glasses.
Wait, hold on. I'm sure he full screens him. Oh, he doesn't in this. You know what? I'll go find his original video then.
He's on the big monitor. It's okay.
He's on the big monitor. Oh yeah, Ched Logic did one too. Yeah, Ched and Rags are actually friends, which is kind of cool. I was surprised to hear that, but
Stardew
okay.
Valley looks like dog shit compared to Harvest Moon.
Anyway,
If you
okay.
say so.
Watch Rags' video. It's a good video, but I want to find the original of this, okay? Solari, here he is.
This video is
This guy is like a bread tuber. Okay. And which one was it? I think it was this one. Was it? Addicted.
Honey, I love you, but this
An
is the most
accident with the camera.
inefficient I think
I'm
I've
sorry!
ever seen you be.
I'm trying to find it.
I know, I understand. I love
Okay.
you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. You fuck. Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
Equipment.
Okay.
That'd be me.
Wait. You think this guy looks like Xander?
He looks a little bit like milk toast Xander.
Okay. You do realize that if I told Mahler this, he would make me dump you.
He does. He looks like milk toast Xander.
Oh my god. Okay. Wait. If Buffy. Okay, wait. If Buffy were set in 2025, Buffy remake comes out, would Xander be a bread tuber?
I don't know. Probably not. I mean, he'd probably be pretty far left, but I don't think he'd be a bread tuber. Or they'd keep him the same.
Maybe. Okay, hold on. I want to try to find it. The hate machine, social media, anger in your brain. Okay, here it is. The time I felt worthless. Okay, this is a video, Addicted to Outrage. Okay, but he, and this is, by the way, kind of a terrible video, but this section is truly insane. Okay, watch this.
Recontextualize them in order to make them seem far worse than what was intended.
Okay.
On a couple of occasions, I've had people who have an issue
Okay, just listen,
with me
listen.
I'm listening.
completely fabricate information about me, like telling people how they've looked into my history and found something that will
I know that
end
feeling,
my
dude.
career and how they'll
I know that
post
fucking
it on
feeling.
Reddit. This isn't unique to me, but
Yeah.
I've also had long-term supporters and people who support me on Patreon withdraw
listen,
their
listen.
pledges because they didn't agree with something I said in a video.
Happens all the time.
Creators have access
Yep.
to exit surveys on Patreon
Mhm.
where donors can state the reason why they're stopping. And on
Mhm,
multiple occasions, I've had people say, sometimes in very cruel ways, how they're pulling their support because
sucks,
I've
but
said something that they didn't
That's free
entirely
speech. That's
agree
how.
with.
That's
These
how it
have
is.
been people who've supported me since the beginning,
Mhm.
told me how they admire me and my work,
Mhm.
but all it took was one thing for them to change all that. Things
That's
that in
the
my
name of the game, man.
and other
I'm
people's
distracted by his
opinions
background
aren't
markers 'cause I like them.
inflammatory, offensive, or without merit.
Okay.
Financial circumstances change, and not everyone can afford a monthly pledge to a content creator. Some people also just stop enjoying your content or don't have the time to watch it.
All very
and
normal.
I do not begrudge them for
Mhm.
that. For smaller creators such as myself, Patreon income is extremely important. Not only is it the place where I can earn more than
Oh,
YouTube
did
revenue, but
Did Tom
it's
make a
far
video about
more
this too? Okay.
stable and reliable than it. Even a $1 donation is worth more than 1,000 views. It's that valuable.
So while I do appreciate donations, obviously, looking at my metrics, I definitely earn more than $1 from 1,000 views. Maybe this guy just sucks.
Maybe he just got the math wrong.
Maybe, but okay. Yeah.
For people to use it as a means to ensure that the content you create caters to their tastes and opinions identically, and to threaten your livelihood if you step out of line is frankly appalling.
It's their money.
If
though,
I'm
dude.
being
But that's what you do.
more frank, holding someone's income hostage is also a form of financial abuse.
But
So
Okay. So
but
no. I
But-
want you to understand what he just said.
but
Financial abuse. So if he gives a take that you don't like, and then you say, you know what, that was really bad. I don't really like you as a creator anymore. I'm going to stop donating to your Patreon. He says you're financially abusing him.
but that's the entertainment industry. If you don't cater to your audience, they won't support you, and then you won't have any money because you won't have an audience. That's just the entertainment industry.
So this section of the video is just him talking about how he's been canceled and he's been losing money and he's been losing subs and he's been losing views. Okay?
Just because you say shit like this.
And he says that
God.
if you don't like his take and you pull donations from him, you're financially abusing him because you're threatening his livelihood. And it's like, hold on.
No.
But the money that you're being given comes from other individuals. It's not a paycheck from a faceless corporation. It comes from people who you should be making content for. And if they're not consuming your content and they're not paying for that content, you don't have the right to their money anymore. You know what I mean? And see, and this is what I mean, right? Because what he described here a little bit earlier, like 2 minutes earlier, is definitely something that's happened to me recently. All right? People disagree with devs' takes. They get mad at me. They flame me on Twitter. They unfollow me. They leave the Discord. They stop donating on streams. They stop watching videos. Like, all this happened to me too. I would never turn around and say, all of my haters are financially abusing me. Like, listen, I've even said, yeah, it's still happening, yeah. But like, here's the thing. I've even said that, like, hey, some of you guys who are leaving, you're fucking retarded. Because you're leaving for reasons that aren't true, or you're making shit up, or I think you're wrong to hate me for this reason because my take's actually good, and if you don't like it, you fucking suck. I can have, like, this is like a very hostile back and forth between me and the people who no longer like me but used to watch me. However, never does a term like financial abuse come into this fucking conversation.
Yeah, no, that's...
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because, you know what? Like, the dev hate watchers, even if they're leaving for objectively just fucking retarded reasons, they have the right to do that.
Yep. Let's chew.
And it's like, where do the... Okay, so, yeah, this ties back into Melanie Mack and getting canceled, right? Because Melanie Mack said that, oh, people stopped watching me, and so I got canceled. This guy's clearly talking about being canceled over whatever one of his like lefty takes or whatever. So like, is being canceled just losing support? That's what it seems like now.
Yes, we already talked about this, how the definition has broadened.
Well, yeah, but like that's dumb.
Because too many people
So,
got into YouTube.
If you're one of the people,
Shut up. Okay, but here's the thing, right? Like, that seems stupid. It seems fucking dumb.
I don't care what you
But-
think. It's a
But
fact.
also, here's the thing though. If we look at Pro Jared,
You can also take this.
if we go back to the Pro Jared situation from what was it, 2021 or whatever the fuck it was.
I don't remember.
If we go back to the Pro Jared situation, he clearly got canceled.
Yeah.
Pro Jared clearly got fucking canceled. And you know what it primarily was? It was a giant loss of support. He lost like hundreds of thousands of subs. His channel still hasn't really recovered, frankly. The Pro Jared's like a major YouTuber from like the 2010s, and he still gets like 500 viewers on Twitch, maybe. He still gets like half of the views he used to get pre-canceling. Like, Pro Jared has been canceled and also proved that everyone was lying about him with receipts. He fucking proved it. So clearly, like when you think, is what happened to Pro Jared rightfully called canceling? The answer to that seems to be yes. So what's the difference between Pro Jared and this guy? Because he claims to have been lied about as well.
Because he still has 116 subscribers.
Pro Jared still has like 900,000.
Yeah. Well, how many did he have before?
I don't know.
Was it over a million?
It was over a million, yeah.
Well, then there you go.
Vic got canceled, yeah. But then, like, what is a canceling, though? Because it can't just be loss of support. It can't just be...
I think it has to be a massive loss of support over a very short period of time.
Does it also have to be something that is false or true? Because, for example, Gina Serrano was canceled, and everyone accepts that as a canceling attempt, and that was a canceling event. However, she did, in fact, say some things on Twitter that were then linked and said, you shouldn't deal with this person. The tweets weren't Photoshop tweets.
I think it doesn't really matter because, like, the act of canceling does not care about the truth, whether it's truth or false. But like, the act of canceling is separate from whether or not the canceling event is
It's true.
false or true. So I think it's just massive. There's two. There would be two definitions of canceling. One would be massive loss of support over a very short period of time caused by an event, or it would be like targeted attacks against a person to cause them to lose a massive amount of support over a very short period of time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think they're more or less the same thing, but one's more severe than the other.
So here's the thing. So yeah, Gina's posts were taken out of context. Canceling is like porn. I know it when I see it. It's kind of like that. Yeah, it's like I know it when I see it kind of thing. Gina didn't say anything wrong though. It doesn't matter if the tweets were real; they weren't bad. That's what I mean though. Patter of heads is like Gina Serrano gave some takes. They were true takes of hers that she genuinely believed. They weren't like made up, so no one lied about her. But some people didn't like her takes, and so she was canceled, right? So, but with Pro Jared was lied about, right? And then if
Right.
I understand your point of view, but let me just go over my logic, right?
Okay.
Let me just go over my logic, because if it's just loss of support, then Melanie Mack has been canceled, which doesn't seem right. If it's
Over a short period of time.
yes,
Like
E-
how?
even then. But hold on, if it's here's the thing. I don't think amount matters, because like if it's a tiny loss of support, then it's a tiny canceling. If it's a big loss of support, then it's a big canceling. But it's still the same kind of function.
No, I said a massive amount of support lost in a short period of time.
Right.
I was specific.
Okay, fine. I know.
I
But
know
but
I
I'm-
can't talk
but
a
I-
lot, but I
but-
was specific.
But I'm pushing back on that a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, just hear me out, okay? Because if you need certain qualities, and then the scale of those qualities simply determines the scale of how big or small the canceling attempt is. If it's just loss of support, then Melanie Mack got canceled. That makes no sense to me. If it's just if it's loss of support combined with lying, well then Pro Jared did get canceled, but Gina Carano didn't.
Mhm.
And that makes no sense to me as well, because she was very clearly canceled. So as I think more and more about it, I'm like, what probably makes a canceling attempt is just if the pushback you receive for something, whether real or fake, and it's more severe if it's fake, but whether the pushback you receive is disproportionate. Right?
Yeah, no, keep going.
Does this make sense at all? No? Okay. Yeah, so it's like
Well,
if I give a political take that people think is ridiculous, and then as a result I get like fucking attacked in the street,
Mhm.
that's a disproportionate response.
yeah, but it like I feel like it depends on what your definition of disproportionate is, because like I know I'm just gonna use like beating up Nazis as an example,
Mhm.
right? Like if someone like just goes online and says, "Hey, I support Nazis and am a Nazi,"
Okay.
right? And then they get beat up by someone in the street, right? To some people, that would just be justice. To other people, that would be a disproportionate response because
Yeah.
they haven't done anything except say, "I am a Nazi." So it depends on what your definition of
Yeah,
disproportionate is.
I know what you mean. Yeah, and by the way, I think this is why you for a long time you had leftists say cancel culture doesn't exist. It's all just the consequences of your own actions. And then by the way, when the winds change and leftists started to get canceled, they began to scream, "Wait, I thought oh, what do you mean? I thought right wingers hated cancel culture. Why are you being canceled now?" And the right wingers would say, "Well, hold on, you didn't say that cancel culture even exists. You said it was the consequence of your own actions." So like everyone was like being smarmy about it. But yeah, like I guess it's one of those things where like I do think proportional response. I understand your objection, but let's just kind of I do think proportional response is going to be at least part of the equation here.
Yeah.
Because like Melanie Mack getting pushback for her like pro-Christian takes regarding sexual content in video games, and then having some of her fans abandon her for that because they don't like that take.
Mhm.
That's normal.
Mhm.
That's not unreasonable.
Mhm.
So it's probably not a canceling attempt.
Yeah, but you're saying it's some fans. Like when you have to, I swing back to
How many?
massive
Yeah, how many?
loss
Yes.
of support.
I know. But this is what I mean, though. Is that
Like how massive has her loss of support been? You keep saying some.
I don't think it's that big.
Well,
I
then
don't
it's
think
not a
that big.
canceling attempt,
Yeah.
and my definition still fits.
Okay, well then here. Was I canceled?
A little bit, yeah.
Because, I mean, the Weekly Sip used to get 600 viewers average. Now it gets about 300 viewers average. It maxed out at 1,000 viewers average maybe 2 years ago.
Well, you also did it to yourself.
I've
So-
lost 10,000 subs, right? I've lost not much income, surprisingly, but some income, a little bit. So like, how canceled was I?
You were a bit canceled, yeah. A little bit.
So it's outcome determinant. It might be outcome determinant. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to do with losing monetary support. Well, that was the core part of it with Gina Carano, though, because like she lost her fucking job.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, the whole cancel culture started to get people removed from their day jobs.
Mhm.
That was the start of it. I remember.
I recall like there was there have been like private citizens who have lost like their wagey jobs over getting canceled.
Mhm.
Like they lost their job at like fucking
McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah, wherever.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is like both left and right, by the way, because I mean recently there was a woman working at Home Depot who made like negative comments about the firefighter who got shot. And she lost her job in Home Depot because people confronted her in real life after her Facebook posts.
Yeah.
And before that, you definitely had like left-leaning people canceling people for like fucking left, right, and center, right? So, cancel culture is comparable to witch hunts, and the defining feature of those that people other than the directly accused get targeted for not going along with it. Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah, also my dry bread has like a good point. Like, it has to be people trying to convince people to pull support rather than people organically leaving. Like,
Okay.
I don't think that like if like someone calls himself canceled, but it's just their audience leaving because they don't like their bad take.
Mhm.
But like the audience isn't really talking about it. They're just like, I didn't like that. Bye. You know, like versus like the audience leaving and then the audience themselves keeps talking to the ex-audience keeps talking to the audience that's still staying, and it's just like,
Yeah.
you gotta fucking leave,
Yep,
bro.
yep, yep.
This shit is toxic.
That
You know,
that like
that's more canceling.
that intuitively makes sense, but the problem with that definition, dry bread, is that means that what happened to Pro Jared wasn't canceling, because Pro Jared's audience left organically.
Yes, but there was also people telling them to leave, was there not? I'm 90%. Didn't you make a video about this?
No, there wasn't like people there wasn't people going around saying you're still a Pro Jared fan. We're gonna go after you till you. No, that was.
I'm pretty sure there was.
Was there? I don't remember. I mean, maybe.
Weren't you very anti-pro Jared for a bit until like the receipts came out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so there you
No,
go. Dad.
no. Listen. The Pro Jared situation is the reason that I stopped getting on cancel trains.
Yeah, I know.
Because I showed my ass and I was like, oh, I made a massive mistake here. I shouldn't have just jumped on this. I can't do this again. And so I
Okay,
stopped.
I'd like to point out there though, cancel train. You just said it.
Yeah.
Got canceled.
Yeah. What I mean though is okay. Hold on.
I love you.
Okay, with Pikami, you had people directly harassing various VTubers and streamers for playing Hogwarts Legacy because they wanted Hogwarts Legacy canceled.
Yes. That was a Hogwarts Legacy.
That was an organized campaign of people specifically trying to AstroTurf a specific outcome.
Yes.
With Pro Jared, I don't think there was an organized campaign of people trying to get you to stop watching Pro Jared videos.
Yes, because there's as I just said, there's technically two definitions of canceling.
Okay.
One is, organized canceling, and the other is just regular canceling. Yeah.
Also, canceling often ripples like your own. Kirsch went after you because those are the people, and then went after Arch and V to get you. I know Kirsch went after Arch. I didn't hear that Kirsch went after V. I don't know if that happened. I mean, I'd like to see it if it happened, but go on. I would like to see evidence of it. I don't want it to happen. I would like to see evidence that it happened. And yeah, honestly, what's happening right now is like people started going after Lumi when Lumi went on the Archcast because Lumi was associating with Arch and I. And then people started going after Akko because Akko didn't disassociate from Lumi, who was associating from Arch and I. So like there was like a chain of canceling there. It's like, you won't disassociate from your friend who's not disassociating from people that we hate. It's like, oh, fuck off. It's so stupid.
Well, it's like high school cliques where it's like, oh, you're hanging out with that person. You're like gross if you keep doing that. You have to stop or we'll never talk to you ever again. You know, it's just like that, except it's the internet.
If there was a situation similar to Pro Jared, but with someone who was actually a creep, would it be canceling?
Yes.
See?
Yes, but it would be true. And
Well, that's the thing, because I think baked into the idea of getting canceled is that it's unjustified.
no, I disagree.
So you can be canceled if it's good.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
not saying the act of canceling is good for the victim. I'm
Okay.
saying that some people
Wait,
would view
Jonas-
it as good.
Jonas says it's only canceling. Scroll away. Shit. It's only canceling if it's. I think he said something like it's only canceling if it's untrue. If it's actually true, then it's just holding people in power accountable.
Yeah, but it's still canceling. It's still the act
Okay.
of canceling a person who is in power.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So yeah, like there's like blurriness around this concept quite a bit,
Yeah.
and it does seem like people just kind of wield the label at this point because it allows them to cast themselves as a victim.
Yes.
It's like, I've been
100%.
canceled.
That- yeah,
Oh,
It's definitely something that's happening. I still have to play that game, Little Witch Academia. Or was that a show?
My Hero Academia is what you're thinking of.
No, because there's a witch show about
Yeah, Little Witch
show.
Noberta.
Little Witch in Alberta.
Little Witch Noberta.
I don't think that's what I'm thinking of.
Nobu.
No, I don't think that.
I'm pretty sure it's a show, man.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't think that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
I'm pretty sure you're combining My Hero Academia
No.
and apparently Little Witch No Beta. Oh, hey, Clay Castle, what's up?
Yeah, Little Witch Academia is the show that I watched,
Little
and
Witch
then
No Beta is a game. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
Little Witch Academia is the show. Yeah, sorry.
Little Witch Academia is also a show. Dev, you muppet. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's also a show.
Anyway, here's the thing. I understand, Jonas. It's just like that is like one type of, that is one conception of what cancel culture is. The reason that I'm going over this is that I might actually do a video on what is cancel culture really.
Oh wait, if a person in power murdered a person, is it still canceling for sending them to prison? No, because that's just law and justice.
Is the law just canceling?
No, because in my definition, canceling has to be done by the general populace.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if
Like even if that
Well, hold
person
on.
like loses their job and like goes to jail or whatever, like as a result of said canceling,
Mm-hmm.
like this canceling attempt or canceling happening is done by the general populace, usually their audience
Mm-hmm.
and others.
let's say that like you live in a society where the outcomes of trials are all decided by popular vote.
That's a terrible idea.
Well, yeah, it's that Orville episode, right? It's the Orville episode
That's a
where
bad
they're
idea.
voting.
That's a bad idea in
No, I
general.
agree. Would that mean though that like every single trial is just a canceling?
No.
Because now it's the general populace voting on whether or not you're guilty or innocent.
Yeah, but like everyone?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, then, like, if we lived in a society like that, then canceling would probably take on a different, slightly more, like, canceling would go back to the original definition of it's, like a coup d'etat, you know?
Okay. Wait, this is like watching EFAP argue at the definition of death of the author is for like 90 minutes. Listen, I had a private call with Mahler maybe 2 weeks ago, and we spent like 3 hours talking about Buffy.
Good. I'm so glad you can do that with people now. It makes me happy.
It was a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, we talked about death of the author in that call too.
Okay, so we have missed several,
We have
Super
missed
chats?
several super.
So
Anyway,
let's-
listen.
let's
I
read
wanted to bring
them.
this up because one, you should watch Rags' video on it, and two, Rags and I talked also for about 3 hours just about what canceling is,
Mm-hmm.
and I pulled up some examples that I had in my files, and he showed me this video. We talked about it, and I think he was like picking my brain for his video on this guy, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized like I should probably do maybe not a video on this guy specifically, but a video on what canceling actually is.
that sounds like a good
So
video. Yeah.
I think I should do that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
super chats that we missed.
I'll just take this away first. Oh, look at all these super chats you
We
missed.
missed the whole
Guys, thank you very much. Oh yeah, we are like 10 super chats away from the goal.
Ah!
Oh,
Naomi will be happy.
okay. Let's see here.
No, there. Up one. That. Up one.
Wait, this one,
No, up one.
this one.
Up. That's down.
Naomi Happiness Fund. We know what happens otherwise. Thanks for the $10, Velazari.
Yep, I'm grumpy.
Thank you. The Alaskan Knight, $5. Which is worse, the American or British bread tuber?
Accent.
Oh, accent. Oh,
Okay, I don't watch pretty much any bread tubers.
Yeah.
But from clips that you have played for me, I'm going to say that the British accent is better only because the American ones scream more. That's my opinion.
see, whenever because I've watched a fair number of bread tubers at this point, and like lefty video essayists, the ones from the UK always seem to be more educated, and I wonder if that's just the accent fooling me.
It's probably.
Probably
very
is.
biased like that.
Yeah. Maybe so.
Scroll up.
Okay, that's too much.
Yes, it was.
Oversized trash panda, $5 USD. Thank you. Maybe there are different types of cancel culture, and the witch hunt type and the smear job type are different, but both count.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Witch hunt and smear job.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Here, I'm gonna copy that and paste it here, just in like a text, and I'll like look at it later, because that's actually a good way to put it. Let's keep going.
We got a sub. Thank you.
You're here in Lady Columbia, $5. Been keeping up with James Lindsay and the woke right scenario. Just like the center left covering the woke saying it didn't exist. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, like, they don't want to use the term woke right because it's a dumb fucking term. But they're okay. Actually. Okay. Listen. Okay. I was talking to a dude on Twitter. I forget who he was. But I posted, like, someone posted a thing where it's like, in 2016, as a right winger, I said, you know what, just leave me alone, let the market decide, I don't really care, you don't, like, just stop infringing on me, lefties, let me just do whatever I want. And then in 2024, right wingers were like, okay, we're all crusaders now, we have to go conquer in the name of Christ.
Yep.
And I posted this, and I said, yeah, so the right wing got worse. And then one guy who's a right winger, and I recognize him because he always comments under my stuff, and he's a right winger. And he comments under my stuff, and he says, no, we all just woke up to what was really going on. And I said, okay, so you actually are the woke right then. You literally woke up. You used the fucking term. And he's like, no, there is no woke, no. And I'm like, dude, you literally just said it. Your fucking self. And he says, like, well, yeah, but like the way that like woke means is like the way that the lefties use it is to mean to like to become aware of. And I'm like, you just said that.
I must interrupt you. Read on fucking where'd it go? Scrolled away because you didn't read it in time.
Oh, look up there.
Shit.
What is it?
I don't know. It started with a V.
A V?
Scroll up.
Valmitic? No.
Nope. More up more. No. Oh, it must have been on Twitch.
Canceling
Oh,
is
there you
just
go,
the
yeah.
audience leaving the creator? This?
No.
Okay. What do you?
Oh, but Twitch dev, I don't fucking know.
Oh!
It irritates me
Okay,
that you can't.
Every single person who has a V for a name at the start, post the last thing you just posted.
God damn it, Dev.
Okay.
God.
Okay. Taras Shavanko, $5. Does canceling by definition imply a false or
Oh no, there it
innocuous
is. That was right.
Canceling is an overreactive demonization by a mob of the general public using very limited knowledge of an event to momentarily affect a subject to the point of causing career ruination. That's one way to put it for sure. Yeah, I'll copy that as well. I'm just taking these because they're like triggering ideas in my head. And I'm just putting one on the side, and maybe I'll think about them some more later.
Thank you, Victoric.
Thank you for. Is it Vict Orc? Like you're an orc? Or is it Victor C?
No, it's Victoric.
Okay.
Victoric.
Okay. Okay, Terrace for $5. Thank you. Does canceling, by definition, imply a false or innocuous justification?
I think I already replied no to that.
Yeah, because like you could cancel someone where it's real. It's like
Yeah, because
but
no, that actor guy on House of Cards totally got canceled.
Kevin Spacey.
But that was true.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't recall the outcome of that story. Kevin Spacey. Yeah, I don't recall the outcome of that. But what happened there?
He molested children.
Did he actually?
I think they were like teenagers.
Okay.
That doesn't make it better, but
Oh yeah.
but he gaily molested children.
Gaily?
Gaily. in
Master Gator, we're
both
playing it after.
definitions. In both definitions.
Gay. Fuck. Yeah, because the obvious example is that like, no, Dave's not here. The obvious example is like, well, what if you're accused of raping a child, and it turns out to be like true.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, I'm being canceled.
Well, until
You're so stupid.
I mean, well, that's the thing though. It's just like the attempt of like canceling has turned into this term of like it's the attempt. It's like the scenario happening around the event that triggered the canceling, not necessarily the outcome of it. Because the outcome of it being true is that you go to fucking jail, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, like was fucking Weinstein canceled? Was Epstein canceled? Like,
Well,
Okay.
no, ugh. Ow. I mean, Epstein died, so that doesn't really count.
that's the ultimate canceling.
Canceled by the government.
Epstein didn't cancel himself. Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. When I called Justin Trudeau the N-word on Twitter.
Why would you do that?
Justin Trudeau posted on Twitter, like, we finally passed a new law that's going to censor hate speech on the internet, and Canadians all want this. So I quote retweeted him with the hard R N-word, just as a big fuck you, because I like fuck that guy. Okay, here let's continue on reading the super chats. Thank you. Let's see here. Matrix, thank you for the check dollars. Canceling is specifically about pressuring institutions to drop people with a hidden threat, disparate impact, or other civil rights lawsuit. If that's true, though, then Pro Jared didn't get canceled because Pro Jared isn't an institution. He wasn't dropped by any institutions. He was just dropped by his fans. Let's see. Yvonne, thanks for the $5, man. Naomi's already happening. You are financially abusing your audience. Stop making me give you money.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Scooby Douche for $5. Thank
love
you.
it. I love that name.
I was sleeping and now I'm woke. Screw that. I'm going back to bed. Nice. Adherent to Lady Columbia for $20. Thank you very much, dude. To be more serious, I understand James uses woke in a more advanced way, primarily at the core of woke is social constructivism and being awoken to other forms of advocacy that counter others. It's why the right hates NGOs. I mean, here's the thing, Lady Columbia, in my What is Woke video, I pointed out very specifically there is definitely like a right-wing version of it. That was over a year ago, you know? It's funny because like 5 years ago, I did a video called The Moral Justice Warrior, where I point out in that video, like, hey, you have like the SJWs that come out of the left, you have moral justice warriors on the right who behave the same way. Like I've been saying this shit for years, dude. Different words. I was trying to find the language to figure out what I was talking about, but it was the same concept underneath. remember last week I played that video of like me being anti-Trump from 2017.
Yes.
It's like guys, Dev hasn't changed all that much. Hear about the riot in China on January 6th. No, I didn't, Megalag. No, I didn't. Yeah, moral justice warrior is a decent name for the woke right. It's just dated. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Because no one says SJW anymore. Yeah. They all say woke now.
Yeah. It's also easier to say.
That's
probably why.
Like moral justice warrior is great, but it's like one language cycle behind. You know what I mean? Jasso Havens, $5. Thank you, man. Dev woke is being overly socially conscious. We shall call this right-leaning phenomenon awoke or awoke. Okay. I mean, the rightoids right now who are like the populist ones coming out, they are in fact overly socially conscious. Canceling anyone who is disagreeing with me.
I agree.
I've been watching a lot of your older political stuff recently, so I'm pretty refreshed in your chill positions. You really haven't changed. Yeah, up to date with new world events, but your core beliefs are clearly the same. Yep. I've always done the whole, like, I know lots of Trump supporters following me, but I don't really like Trump that much. Like, I've always said that shit, man.
Yep.
I've enjoyed the memes. Trump's memes are fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. But I've never been like a full-on, like, yes, Trump's amazing. I've never done that shit.
I love it. It's so good. Okay, so articles now?
Maybe.
We have been doing this for almost 2 hours.
It's fun.
I'm not saying it's not fun.
Do you not like hanging out with the chat, Naomi?
I do like hanging out with
You're
the chat.
so fucking mean to them. You know that?
No, I'm not. I like to suck the chat's dick more than you do. So how about you shut the fuck up with your meanness accusations?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. What are my main criticisms of Trump? I mean, he tried to steal the 2020 election. That's a fucking big one. It's a pretty big one, dude. Okay, hold on. We can go to articles, okay? It's time. It's articles time. All right, guys. Thank you for all the support. We are, in fact, 6 super chats off from the goal of Naomi being happy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she won't be.
No.
No. Okay, real quick. I wanted to point something else out. So last week I mentioned the fan who runs this channel, Lost Dev Vids, and uploading just any video that's been taken down from the original channel that has like copyright strike or community guidelines or whatever. Like this is
That
the
you've
lost
probably already taken down.
the lost videos, right? And I noticed my 2017 video, my edgelord fucking title here. Is it possible to be a moral pedophile?
Oh boy. Yeah.
And I think, hold on, let me just find it. Let me just click on it real quick. Okay. Yeah. In before Ace has a shit fit about this video. Oh my god. Dude. So yeah, this channel is run by a fan who I've given access to my entire backlog, and he's basically just like, I'll upload all the videos that have been like wiped off of the main channel. And yeah, the point of this video, because I made it back in early 2017, the point of the moral pedophile video was to discuss people who have attraction to children and don't act on it.
Yep.
So they don't go around kids. They've never like had sex with a child. They've never raped a child. They've never watched child porn.
Yep.
Right?
They have their sins in check.
They just do not do any of that stuff. And so that's what that video is about, basically. Because the question, and yeah, so like the Kothrix argument, dude, Arch has made this argument. So many people have made this argument, dude. And it's frankly, it's a real argument. Yeah. Kiwi Farms have already found the video, and Kiwi Farms have completely shit their fucking pants over it. A whole bunch of people in like Ace's chat have shit their fucking pants over it. But like, it still makes sense, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
No, we had a lot. I think we had like a off of anything. Just had a long discussion about it.
Yeah.
Where we both agreed with each other.
Yeah. Because like, okay. Because the real question is like, is the only difference between you in the chat, I'll talk directly to whoever's listening, right? Is the only difference between you and a pedophile your moral standard? Is that the only difference between you? So for example, if I went into your brain and I disconnected the piece of your brain that is your moral center, if I remove that from your brain, will you go and have sex with a child?
I hope not.
Well, think about it for a minute.
Well, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that sexual attraction also has to do with, like, instincts. Like, a more baser instinct.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, God, I don't want to say this out loud.
What is it,
No,
Naomi?
I feel like it's gonna get clipped, like, out of context.
It probably will.
I'm gonna say it anyway, I guess. I feel like if you, like, took out the morality, like, just center out of many people's brains and, like, all of society was like that, so, like, everyone was very immoral, like, you would probably have sex with someone younger than you right now would want.
So, like younger than 18.
Yeah, like not. I'm not saying like you have sex with like a toddler, but I'm saying like you would probably have sex with like a 13-year-old or something.
Yes.
Like younger than you would probably want to as your conscious self now.
Clip that, send Ace. See here, Drybed gives the answer that I think is correct. No, because I have no desire to. Exactly. So like the difference between a normal person and a pedophile is not just a moral difference; it's also a difference in desire, right? Because the pedophile desires to have sex with children.
Yes.
The normal person doesn't. And that is both a moral concern, but also a practical concern, right? Like, even if you took someone who has, like, no concept of morality at all, does that mean that they will be a child rapist? The answer is probably not. Because attraction and morality are related concepts, but they're not the same concept.
You're saying similar shit to Roman Polanski? No! I'm not.
And yeah, there's actually a great question. What is better, to be born good or to overcome an evil nature through great effort? I mean, I think the second one is obviously like.
Oh yeah. That's just a mild hero status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So honestly, that was the conversation that I was having here in this video. But of course, it's an edgy title,
Yeah.
and people always lose their shit over it.
Yep. Yep.
I expect them to continue to lose their shit over it.
Yep.
There's a difference between a lack of desire and the ability to restrain your impulses. Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I mean. It's like Christians who say that being gay is a moral failure. If the only thing stopping you from kissing a dude is thinking that it's morally wrong, you're gay.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. It's like, oh, you like to kiss other guys? Well, that means that you're just immoral. It's like, well, how come you're not doing it? Because I'm not immoral. Is it not because you don't like them? Is it not because you don't like other guys?
So that's why there's so many closeted Republicans.
Oh God, there's actually a conversation I was having with Dave over this. I think it was during one of the gaming streams. It was years and years and years ago. It was really funny though. And I was like, okay, Dave, it was something pedophilic. I forget the joke.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, would you do this with like this underage person? Mm-hmm. But like there was something in there where like he like kind of wanted to, because it was like, yeah, okay. It was like, what if like the girl he had a crush on,
Mm-hmm.
you know, went through like a transporter beam and came out as like a 12-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like still want to date them
Mm-hmm.
or whatever? So be, and like he was like going back and forth, like blah 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 blah. And eventually he got mad and turned around on me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what about you, Dev? And I was like, I just said, no, because I'm dating Naomi. And he like fucking lost it on me. Because he didn't even think of saying, no, I was dating Dom, right? Like, you didn't even think of...
If you're trying to play into the hypothetical, you're so mean.
Terrace.
Don't answer that one. We're behind again.
Okay, sorry. No, yeah, basically, go follow this channel, guys. Lost Dev Vids. This is the channel. There'll be more videos coming out on it soon,
You'll
I'm
pretty
sure.
much be giving it no money, because I'm pretty sure all of them would probably be demonetized again.
Yeah. It's just an archive for videos that
Yeah.
no longer exist on my channel. Let's see here. An interesting contradiction I've seen recently is Ben Shapiro, who has repeatedly given solid moral justification of Christianity, is being attacked by fans of Andrew Tate, who is a lecher. Yeah, well, a big part of the right-wing splintering right now is you have like the family-oriented, you know, I just want to find a nice wife and, you know, knock her up like 5 times and get myself a house and kind of like build a family and live like, and be a dad and like build a family life, versus you have like another type of the right wing, which is these Andrew Tate types who are like, women are degenerate and evil. They can't overcome their nature. You have to control them strictly. And like the best thing to do is to just like make money and exploit people. You know, they're both right wing, but they're very different types of right wing, and they're currently fighting over like the soul of the right.
It feels wrong to hope that the Christians win that.
That's the thing, though, is that the Christians, they, for all your complaints about them, they had a better moral center than just the fucking pimps.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I'm not doubting. No, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Let's see here. When are you going back on the Archcast? It needs you. Soon enough. Thank you, though. Terrace, $5. There's a difference between a virtuous person and a harmless person. A harmless person, given power, can become the most vicious. Yeah. What's that quote? If you like, almost any man can overcome adversity. If you want to test a man's character, give him power. That's the quote. Yeah.
Yep. And what happened to Demonetized again? It got blew up.
Got blew up. Boom. That's the thing, though. Like I've given the backlog. I've given my archive of videos to something like a dozen fans over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all
Some
out
of
there.
them get blown up and some of them don't.
Yep.
No Christians will my Hispanic ass will leave the Nobis. Yeah, no. Listen.
Indirect Soda. I've seen some of the clips, but I don't know if you guys have found the main one that I'm looking for. I got to go back and check it out.
Listen. I do not care if you are religious, but you will not care for some of my views about religion.
Yeah.
Because I was raised very anti-religious.
It's, you know what's funny though is like lots of people who were raised very pro-religious end up being very anti-religious anyways. So I'm not sure how much you being raised has anything to do with it.
Yeah, I find that I'm more, okay, it's actually just because I find I am more uncomfortable with religion in general than I think the average person who is like not religious is. And I'm pretty sure that is just because I would like very anti-religious, like very pro-spiritual, very anti-religious. Like religion was
Okay.
bad. All religion
Every
is
fucking
bad.
person says, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual.
No, yeah, but no,
Like, okay, Dave
wasn't-
said that like 3 days ago. I was like, shut the fuck up.
no, that wasn't my parents though. It was like other, like it was like grandparents and stuff. Like on like they just were, right? They were very anti-religious and like religion is bad, it's not good, and I like idolized that portion of my family. So I was like, religion's bad. So I feel like instinctively uncomfortable with religion.
Yep.
And I don't think that's normal.
Hold on. Dev used to be way more anti-religion back in the day. Yeah, so I kind of followed the same path that the Reddit hipster like fedora tipping atheist followed, where like I grew up in a religious environment, and the internet kind of helped me escape it, like before, like intellectually, like when I was younger. And I disliked the hypocrisy that I saw from all the religious people around me. And so despite being raised in this very religious environment by religious people, I turned around and I was like, you know what? I'm not religious. Fuck this shit. I'm a fucking atheist. Fuck you. And then I had like the whole like, you know, the pendulum swings too far back and you start like just fucking trolling people, which is always kind of fun. Like you're trolling people and you're being like the edgy, like, you're tipping your fedora, be like, Christ cook, you know. And then I swung back because I realized that, oh, there actually is a positive side to religion. Even if like my biggest problem with religion is that I don't believe in God. I do, like, and that's not like a moral statement regarding how good or bad Christians are. I just don't believe God himself exists. And like a lot of atheists, I think, take it too far, where they're like, I don't believe God exists, therefore I'm going to hate everyone who does believe it because they have different belief than me. And it's like, well,
Yeah, see,
that's fucking stupid.
I used to be that when I was more radical in high school.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I was
know.
that too, though. I can't like, yeah.
So
And then I turned around and I was like, no. Like other people have had different experiences than me that have led them to different conclusions. And I might have their beliefs if I was raised the way that they were, or I had their life experiences. So who knows, right? So I'm not gonna like.
knowing you, I don't think that.
But probably not.
I don't think that sentence is true. It might be true for me. I don't think it would be true for you.
Maybe not. But the point though is that like, I guess where I was going with this though is that you said I was raised very anti-religious, so I'm not anti-religious, and I'm like, hold on, that doesn't matter because you can be raised very pro-religious and still end up being anti-religious.
Yeah, well, no. Okay, listen. Most people who end up being like like the anti-religious to the point that I used to be are usually raised by people who are too religious.
It is like Sargon. Sargon's an atheist, but he understands that religion has a purpose. Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like not only do I not believe, I don't think I can believe. It's just not in me, in my personality type. You know, the collection of life experiences that I've had have not led me into a position where I've developed a personality that is capable of believing in something that's supernatural.
I can, so I'm agnostic. There might be a god, but who the fuck knows?
If you think Sargon is still an atheist, I have a bridge to sell you. Here's the thing. I think Sargon still is an atheist. I don't like, unless he's like come out as being like fully on board with religion somewhere that I haven't seen. Everything that I've seen from him still shows him to be an atheist. I don't think he's converted to any religion. Okay, let's see. What else for super chats? Let's see. Wait, I was there for the atheism plus days as an atheist.
Yep.
I grew up in Bible Belt, Mississippi, and very religious. I became more spiritual now because I didn't like the church, but I believe in God. Oh.
Also fair. The church has done a lot of scummy stuff.
Also, by the way, anyone... Okay, I'm throwing you under the bus. I'm throwing Dave under the bus. I'm throwing everyone under the bus, okay?
Why?
Everyone who's like,
What did I
I'm not
do?"
religious. I'm spiritual. What that basically means for like 99% of people who say it is that they have no way to actually fucking conceptualize their own beliefs. They're just
I
like...
never said I was spiritual.
You just said that. You just said I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. You just said that.
What? No.
Yes, you did.
I would-
Chat,
No.
back me up.
But I know I was saying that as like an example of.
How you feel?
No, it was a joke.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not actually spiritual. Like I believe in some like random supernatural stuff, but that's about it. God, you're so mean
Naomi
to
did.
me.
Yep, there you go.
I said it as a joke. It's a
I
joke.
just troll with religion when someone asks me to say I'm a Pastafarian.
God.
I'm spiritual means I'm better than them. I mean, kinda, but not. It's not fully that. It's more like they don't want to pin themselves to a specific religion so that they can be like, oh, I'm a Christian, therefore now I have to believe in XYZ. They don't want to do that. But they don't want to just like appear to be like heartless or soulless. So like, I'm spiritual. I feel things. Oh, and it's like, you fucking don't. You sit all day on the fucking couch eating McDonald's. Fuck you. Yeah. Okay, so one thing that I grabbed, real quick, because we were talking about it earlier, I found that tweet. This is just before Trump got inaugurated in 2017. Looking for a book to help resist Trump? Try this gay immigrant Muslim furry romance.
Click on it. I want to read it.
I got the article right here. How can literature resist Islamophobia? One writer answers, gay Muslim furry romance.
Amazing. Also,
Oh,
how
yeah. The time he designed. Just be a classical deist forehead, easy. Thank you, Bill Skimmer. Okay, thank you, man. Listen, you want to read this, Billy?
Cal Gold's new novel may lie at the most unlikely intersection in literary history, a gay immigrant Muslim romance involving furries. That is, people who feel a close identification with anthropomorphic animal characters. I wrote this book in part as a response to the wave of Islamophobia in this country, Gold explained in an author's note, never dreaming at the time that it would crest as it has now. The Time He Desires is the story of Aziz, a cheetah in a faltering heterosexual marriage who explores the boundaries of his sexuality with the help of a gay fox. Aziz is a Sudanese immigrant, and he engages in a struggle with his desires that will be familiar to queer readers. Gold's been writing furry romance novels full-time for several years, after bouncing from chemical engineering to business school to zoology. That's concerning. After he was laid off in 2010 with a generous severance package, his husband said, "If you're going to be a full-time writer, this is the time to start." One of the themes of my stories from very early on has been conflict between people who realize they're gay in a society that has problems with that sexuality, Gold said. Though his previous books have touched on Christianity, I know that Islam is also not necessarily tolerant towards homosexuality. I also didn't understand much about Islam other than that it's a religion that hundreds of millions of people in the world follow. Okay, that explains a bit. So he resolved to learn more. He turned first to Wikipedia, then forums and Tumblr pages. I wanted to acknowledge that there are queer Muslims out there in the world, he said. One of the things I'd seen come up every now and then is an especially American queer Muslims saying that they don't have any community except for those online groups. They can't join their Muslim communities if they're going to be out about their sexuality, but they can't join many LGBT groups because people will be wary of them because of their religion. By early 2016, he was ready to begin writing a book that could bridge these communities. The timing was particularly apt, given the political climate. This was written well before the election, and the prospect of the Muslim registry became more concrete, Gold said. I started with the concept that this is another world religion. I learned more about it, I talked to people who practice it, and it reinforced the idea that Islam is a way for people to understand the world and bond. It's not a codicil to create It's not a codicil to create terrorists. Oof. English language media has often vilified Muslims, said Dwale, a Muslim friend who advised Gold on the book. For many people, their only exposure to Muslims is as stock villains. With all that going on, the simple reminder, Muslims are people too, becomes an important message one the mainstream media has been reluctant to spread. I remember this book now.
You, what happened?
I remember. No, I didn't read it. I remember, like, everyone freaking out about it, though. I remember now.
Oh, was
I
it
just
that
got
terrible?
reminded. I don't know. Muslims, queers, and furries all share the experience of having been marginalized by the mainstream and of being continually forced to justify their existence. But just as public opinion on LGBTQ folks has softened over the last few years, furries seem to be enjoying a break as well. Back in March of 2016, a group of Syrian refugees was temporarily placed in the same hotel as a furry conference, resulting in a heartwarming cultural exchange as the con attendees welcomed the residents to their new country.
As the con attendees were murdered by the Muslims.
In October, a Tumblr post went viral in which a teen girl breathlessly described a group of awesome furry bowlers in her town. And on Reddit, a user confessed that when he went to a furry conference to make fun of attendees, he wound up having such a good time that he joined them. The key factor in expanding tolerance for queers and furries seems to be exposure. The more people meet LGBTQ family or go bowling with furries, the harder it gets to regard them as other. And so novels like Gold's may do the same for Islam. In fact, the furry fandom may be among the best possible communities to expand religious tolerance. Amazing.
Okay.
There's still more, oh my god.
Okay, do you want to just stop then?
I can,
Because
if you want.
like, this is just fucking stupid.
Yep.
I decided to look this guy up
Mhm.
on the other monitor here.
Mhm.
Just real quick. Okay. Kyle Gold. Let's see. I
I'm a
don't.
furry. Na, 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 na,
Yeah,
na,
'cause here he
na,
is. Interview with Kyle Gold in 2012. I start hiding his face. He's got a fur affinity, of course he does. Bunch of furry stuff.
Isn't that him there? Why are you saying they're hiding his face?
Because I think it's not. I think it's just the guy who was interviewing him. Or maybe it was. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know.
Okay, Dev. Jesus.
I don't fucking know. Okay. So, he has like a dead website.
Mm-hmm.
Because that article is now 8 years old. But I found he has a Substack. All right. Where he talks about a lot of this stuff. And like, he did. Make sure to vote. Vote. Don't let Trump win again. It's terrible. Don't do it. And then like, he did the next week. He did a post called "Hold On," and this is him like being disillusioned about Trump winning again. However, I was scrolling it, and like, he also got diagnosed with cancer at the same time.
Oof.
And I'm like, dude,
Oh,
this guy's
no.
fucking.
That sucks. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Like, this is talk about having a rough fucking time of it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway, sounds like a good series of books I should have to pick up and buy.
So you are furry.
No.
You
It's
just-
just no, it's because it's gay. It's the only reason.
Gay furry is your thing? Yeah.
No, just gay in general. It could be gay, whatever. Just gay.
No, I'm pretty sure you're a furry.
No.
I'm pretty sure Naomi's a furry.
No.
Naomi's a full furry.
Nope, I'm
The
not
furry. Okay. Okay. So that article was ridiculous. Let's see this one. What's next? Ohio postal worker in the United States Postal Service van was caught passing a Ford Mustang at 105 miles per hour during a race.
Why would you race in a postal van?
Yeah, so this guy was drag racing his fucking post van. Dude, that sounds fucking incredible.
Why?
Let's
Why?
go, boys! Okay. An Ohio postal worker was reportedly caught passing a Ford Mustang at 105 miles per hour during a race. According to new release body cam footage, giga shit. New release body cam footage, an officer pulled over a marked USPS van, which is allegedly going over 100 miles per hour. Is there a reason you're going over 100, the officer has heard? I didn't realize I was going that fast. Okay. This is kind of funny. I didn't realize I was going that fast. I mean, that Mustang took off. You caught my attention, and then you blew by him, and I was pacing at like 105. What was the reason? Why did you take off like that? When asked if she knew the driver of the Mustang, the USPS driver said she did not. I kind of assumed that when the way they took off at the light there, because I was right across from you, as I took off, I go, "You have my attention." And then when you went by, I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me." The driver of the Mustang slowed down, but she continued to speed. She paid a $50 fine for traffic violation and received a verbal warning for racing. So, imagine. You see, it's drag race time, boys. Let's go. And you see like a fucking postal van just burn out. Wow. Amazing. The fact you got the what is a 105? What is 105 in kilometers per hour anyway. What is it?
I don't know.
Because
Something.
I think 60 is like 100. 168 kilometers per
Oh,
hour.
that's so fast!
Yeah.
Why?
Like,
Oh my god!
you can go 120 on the Toronto freeway, but like
That's so fast.
168.
And like most people
You're
just go.
flying,
most people
dude.
go 140. 170 is almost crazy. Fuck Jesus. Jesus.
$5 from Terrace. Thank you very much, dude. Fun fact, the American Post Office van was built by Northrop Grumman. It was also made by the P2 Spirits. What's up?
I
What?
can't turn my mic off.
Oh.
Yeah, gotta pee.
Okay. So yeah, vroom vroom. I guess I'll do the next one on Name Peace.
Yay.
Marilyn Manson unmasked. I felt so violated. I didn't call it rape for many, many years. We're gonna talk.
What?
We're gonna talk about the Marilyn Manson rape accusation next.
Okay.
'Kay. Pee quickly, Naomi. Yeah, you guys broke the You guys met the 50 super chat goal. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Really appreciate that, guys. Thank you. By the way, I think we will do Final Fantasy VII after the weekly sip, so stick around. Here, let me start a new goal. Why not? This one can be make Dev happy. Because why not? Now I can be happy too. My friend when I was 12 would sleep with her eyes open and listen to Marilyn Manson. Wow. Dev, you don't deserve to be happy. No. I recall Marilyn Manson saying that he played Ace Attorney. Like he played Phoenix Wright. Because he had like an original DS, like the clamshell from back in the day. And back then he's like, yeah, I play this is like really cool lawyer game on it. What are you eating over there? Naomi. What are you eating? Why are you eating? Okay, Naomi. The protein bars are for when you're working out.
You're telling me I can't have it?
You're going to work out?
No.
Then no.
Crackers it is.
No. No, don't do it. Eat all this food, Naomi. She was a workout. The Canadian male challenges his mate for the precious few foods. The Dev just being around you is like working out. By the way, is this the guy who removed his lower rib to suck himself off? Okay, that was. I think I was pretty sure that was just like a rumor. I recall when I was a kid, everyone said that Marilyn Manson removed his lower rib so he could suck his own dick. But then here's the thing: my parents recall hearing that about Ozzy Osbourne, like 30 years earlier, like 20 or some shit. Not right now, Sparkles. No, we have no permanent address right now. Yeah, that was the rumor back then. Okay, like imagine, like how would you even do that? Like imagine going to the doctors and be like, hey, listen, I want you to remove my lower ribs. And the doctor asks why, so I can suck my own dick. Like, who the fuck would say yes?
A base doctor. You have to turn my mic back on.
Oh yeah, we'll do. Mic back on, Naomi. Okay. Okay, let's read this. Let's read it. Okay. There's a stereotype in the rock music that the more unhinged a performer is on stage, the cuddlier they are of it. We've all read about headbanging rockers who enjoy golf and fly fishing when the spotlight dims, while the debauched lifestyles of laid-back acoustic songwriters in the 1970s is just infamy. By that logic, the self-proclaimed Antichrist superstar Brian Warner, aka Marilyn Manson, ought to have been a champion Scrabble player and avid knitter in his spare time. Alas, the portrait of Warner painted in Channel 4's grim but well put together 3-part expose called Marilyn Manson Unmasked suggests the opposite. The takeaway is that, just like Russell Brand, the willfully confrontational rocker was showing us who he was all along. Okay. So Marilyn Manson Unmasked is the second Channel 4 series to accuse a male celebrity of predatory behavior. The first was led against YouTube guru Brand. Yeah, Marshall Brand, right? Because he got canceled like a year prior. Okay. So there were accusations in 2021 by his former partner, Evan Rachel Wood. The name of my abuser is Brian Warner, also known to the world as Marilyn Manson, she wrote at the time on Instagram. He started grooming me when I was a teenager and horrifically abused me for years. I was brainwashed and manipulated into submission. Okay,
Sad if true.
let's see. Wood's statement has essentially ended Marilyn Manson's career, with his label and booking agent immediately dropping him. Wood repeats these claims in the second of 3 episodes, airing across consecutive nights. Part 1 focuses on Warner's early years as a star when he became a big fish in the small pond of the South Florida rock scene. We attracted a fan base of teenage girls. He was very charismatic, and I was drawn to that, says Jennifer Pavao, one of the Lunchbox girls who followed Marilyn's band from gig to gig. At the time, it seemed like a grand adventure. Though she recalls her father's disquiet over Warner, who was in his 20s, calling his school-aged daughter for regular night conversations. 25 years old. Jesus. 25 years later, Pava has a different take on her worship of the musician. Charles Manson and his family. It does strike a chord. Okay, yeah. In part 2, Wood, that's the main accuser, there she is, recounts being fascinated by Warner when she met him for the first time when she was 18 and he was in his 30s. Okay, well, I mean, 18 is legal. This is a weird age gap. Depends if in his 30s means 31 or 39, but still, okay. She never felt he had a romantic interest in her, as he was married to burlesque dancer Dita Von Teese. But the relationship nevertheless became intimate, and she recalls growing psychologically dependent on him. There were at least 3 different versions of him. I never really knew which one I was waking up to. Well, hold on. Like, she never felt he had a romantic interest in her. She was married. How'd they become intimate? Do you mean they had sex? She grew psychologically dependent on him. This is kind of vague.
I mean, a little.
She battles tears as he recalls how she inspired his Lolita-themed single, Heart-Shaped Glasses, the video of which featured the then couple squirming under bedclothes while the cameras rolled. Wood describes being pinned down by Manson during the shoot. I felt so violated, I didn't call it rape for many, many years.
But they actually have sex during the shoot?
I don't think so. I think he hired her. She was 18. But he hired her to be under the blankets with him during the shooting of the video for this song. And he pinned her down, presumably as part of the video.
Well, no, if she inspired his Lolita thing stuff, then they were together before.
I mean, yeah. But the then couple. So then couple implies, like, he's not doing it with his wife, the burlesque dancer.
No, the then couple implies that...
It's Wood and Warner, yeah.
Yeah, but that's after they started the Lolita stuff, because then couple means that...
But she was 18, though. She met him for the first time when she was 18. So she was above 18 at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
She met him when he was 18. They hadn't done Lolita stuff yet.
Okay.
But she was 18.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then she described being pinned down by him during the shoot.
Yes.
So she was the woman who was in
The shoot.
the shoot for this Lolita-themed song.
Yes.
And they were under the bed covers doing, like, simulated sexy things.
Yes.
And she called that rape?
Yeah, I'm very confused.
Doesn't seem like rape.
Yeah, no, that's actually what she's claiming. We didn't even fucking finish reading
Okay,
it.
sorry.
Those claims are rejected by Manson's lawyer, Howard King, who says it is demonstrably, you should have kept reading
Demonstratively.
it, demonstratively false that Brian raped Evan Rachel Wood while filming a music video. There were more than 10 people within 3 feet of the bed. None have come forward. The picture of the music industry painted by the documentary is disturbing. One of Warner's former bandmates recalls how his collaborator was given license to act with impunity as a rock star on the rise. You're like a group of pirates moving from port to port, he says. It's going to be a test of your virtue. I mean, that part's true.
That's true for any celebrity.
Yeah, a lot of rock bands were known for, like, doing lots of drugs and probably fucking groupies that are a little too young for them.
Dude, like, this shit happens now with YouTubers, right? Where, like, Angry Joe invites a girl up to his room. She seems into it. He comes on to her. She gets the ick and leaves, and then she cancels him 3 years later, when it's like he thought it was all consensual. Like, this just happens to just to celebrities in general. But yeah, like, I didn't call it rape. Is it because it wasn't fucking rape?
Yep.
Like, regardless of how you feel about the age gap or about like the weird song, okay, yeah, there's some weird stuff here, but like, I don't see I don't see where the rape is.
I don't think it's rape. I think she might have been incredibly uncomfortable and probably should have stood up for herself more, but doesn't know how. And like,
Also,
no, there's all like there could be a case of like abuse there, like not rape,
Yeah.
just abuse, because there was at least 3 different versions of him. I never really knew which one I was waking up to. That's a very common thing with abuse victims and like their perpetrators. Which, like, because, like, they'll have, like, be like, oh, well, no, I love you, of course I do, and they're like, oh, no, you're the abuse, like, the
Yeah,
abuser,
yeah.
you
I know
know,
what you mean, yeah.
so, yeah.
So Sparkle says that only 3 men can suck themselves off. There's more than 3 men. Tons of trans women can do it. Tons of femboys can do it. It's reasonably common if you go to those parts of the internet. Okay. What?
I just said so casually. Of course many men can suck themselves off, it's fine.
Listen real quick. Like, there's hints of bad behaviors in this article, but she immediately jumps to the word rape.
Yeah,
And that, like, it's not here.
No.
It's just not fucking here.
yeah. God, why does that keep doing that?
Because, I don't know, there's something wrong with this computer specifically. It's one of those things that I'll change when we move.
Okay.
There's no reason to change it now. Danny sex bang tried and injured his neck. It's kind of funny. Not surprised. Okay. What's next?
Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
read all the super chats?
Oh, not yet.
What are you doing to me, Dev?
Oops. I thought I'd mention that 20 minutes ago, Melania Trump launched her own crypto coin called Melania Meme. Is that real? No fucking way. Okay. Thank you. That sounds ridiculous. Here to Lady Columbia, $5. Watch out, Naomi. Once Dev turns 40, he'll become a veteran Crable robber. Might get the latest slick skin model. Might even be a woman. Oh, no.
Yeah, I was already expecting that. I have all my ducks in a row. Don't worry about it.
Nah, it's okay. I'll keep Naomi around anyway.
Yeah. You sure about that?
Okay, hold on. Oh, either like Arch must have started streaming or Adam and Citrus must have started streaming because we lost a bunch of viewers. And like, I didn't say anything controversial this time.
No, Arch started streaming.
Arch started
Someone
streaming?
mentioned it a while ago.
Arch, you fuckface. Okay, whatever. Let's go.
That's what you get for starting so late.
Oh, well. Grapefruits and colonialism.
I'm ready.
You want to hear about how grapefruit is a colonial fruit and how it reinforces white supremacy?
Yes. I don't like grapefruit, so I'm safe.
You want to read this one?
Me? Why?
Because I haven't read the past 2.
Okay. I had to read the furry one, though.
Yeah, it's okay.
Nah. Back in the day, I had to take cookery lessons in secondary school. For girls of my generation, in a working-class small town in the English countryside, the secondary school curriculum included learning how to cook and sew. There were no boys in either of these classes. They did metalwork or machines shop. I remembered protesting at this gender stereotyping, but still ended up doing both classes due to the fixed timetabling in the school. Anyway, in one of my cooking classes, I had to learn how to make and serve grilled grapefruit. Sounds gross. They sell many different types of grapefruit at my local supermarket in Toronto. I picked up a new variety to try. It was the usual grapefruit, yellow skin, but the flesh was also yellow. The grapefruit was still tart, but was sweet at the same time. I like the combination of the sweet and sour taste. Gross, you're wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
I haven't eaten grilled grapefruit in years. In school, the grapefruit was cut in half, sugar sprinkled on top, and caramelized under the grill. To be extra fancy, a maraschino cherry was added on top. I was about to grill the grapefruit and then wondered why I was going to cook the fruit. It seemed a bit pointless. I chopped up the grapefruit, added it to the blueberries, blackberries, nuts, and currants in the bowl, and sat down to my usual breakfast. Serving grilled grapefruit was not a peculiar English custom. It shows up in recipes in Canada, the USA, and several European countries. Still, my curiosity was not satisfied. I remember eating grapefruit in Jamaica, and it was never served grilled. Then it occurred to me to wonder where grapefruit came from. By now, I know that so many of the plants that I think of as quintessential quintessential Caribbean plants like mango, ackee, and breadfruit are in fact imports and tied to the history of the indigenous genocide and black enslavement in the region. As it turns out, the grapefruit fits this general pattern.
All right, so if you're eating these fruits, you're problematic, guys.
Yeah, listen, if you eat anything imported, you're a bad person. You can only eat things grown in your country. Didn't you guys know?
Okay, so you're going.
So there is black ecologies of grapefruit. That is, the plant is entangled with race, nature, and black history. Grapefruit was birthed in the Caribbean, even though as a member of the citrus family, it is native to Asia. Citrus plants like orange, lemons, tangerines, and limes come to the region in the belly of a slave ship.
Okay.
The grapefruit is a natural hybrid of some varieties of citrus and first became known in Barbados and Jamaica. It was called grapefruit as it grows in clusters like grapes. Grapefruits and other citrus began to show up in European art from the 1500s. They are another example of the grand exchange whereby plants and animals were shipped from one continent to another during the bitter days of empire.
Okay, yeah.
Grapefruit started off as exotic and luxury fruits that showed off the wealth flowing from imperial trade. By 1750s, the grapefruit from the Caribbean that I lost my sentence. By 1750s, grapefruit from the Caribbean was exported to Europe, along with the sugar and rum from the slave trade. The fruit took off. Special cutlery was invented to eat the grapefruit. I remember using a grapefruit knife to scoop out the pulp of the fruit. The serrated knife was curved so that it could
Okay,
cut
that's
the pulp.
fucking stupid. Okay, she gives all this history and she just says, so grapefruit is in the window and the legacies of colonialism and how it shapes the world. Okay.
I mean, yeah. Talking about colonialism and trade.
This article was posted to Twitter under the title, if you're a white person and you like grapefruit, you're problematic.
It's because grapefruit is a stereotypical white woman fruit.
This is dumb.
100%.
This is fucking stupid. God, it's just like, yeah, because of historical things, you can't enjoy this at all. Okay.
Yep.
Here's the purpose of a historical analysis. Okay? Here is the purpose of a historical analysis. Let's say you have in ancient history, not ancient history, but history of 100 years ago, you have one ethnic group that's been oppressed by the law and a second ethnic group that has not been oppressed by the law. And then the law is abolished and the oppressed group has legal freedom. And when you find 100 years later, what you discover is that the members of the oppressed group, even though they're legally now free, they're still lagging behind the non-oppressed group because the non-oppressed group has had more opportunities to build up multi-generational wealth by working and then passing wealth on to their kids and passing wealth on to their grandkids, and then the family gets richer and more well off as time goes on. And the oppressed group is still getting the ball rolling on that, so they're lagging behind economically. Okay. That is where historical analysis is useful for understanding why this happens.
Mm-hmm.
This bullshit, where it's like, oh, well, grapefruits came from a slave plantation in fucking Cuba, so if you eat them now, you're problematic, is retarded.
Mm-hmm.
It's purely fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Understanding why a thing is happening is different than laying blame on people for engaging in a thing today. These are very fucking different things. And I fucking hate these people.
As I said, if you eat anything imported, you're a bad person.
Dev, what fruit will be the link to the trans genocide? Now they're all seedless.
Yeah, artificial fruit. All the stuff that's seedless, because it has to have seeds in it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm glad you got the joke. Every anti-colonial article is a mad brown woman angry that she isn't getting railed like an oil field and being made into a light skin factory.
Jesus.
Based. Okay,
God.
let's continue. Microsoft won't support Office apps on Windows 10 after October 14th.
Yeah, they're shutting down Windows 10 support.
Just for Office apps, though. I mean,
Listen, no, my computer updated and it was like, hey, by the way, we're shutting down support for Windows 10 soon. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, the whole point of Windows 10 was to never upgrade it again, but obviously it wasn't going to happen because now they want to harvest even more data from you.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
Windows 11. It's so stupid. Dude, fuck Windows 11. I barely tolerate Windows 10. Microsoft says it would no longer support Office apps known as Microsoft 365 apps on Windows 10 later this year. The support coincides with Windows 10's end of support on October 14th. Businesses and consumers that rely on Microsoft. Okay, listen, I just use the Google ones now.
Yeah.
I used to use Excel back in high school, but now it's just
Google
yeah,
Excel.
Yep.
Yeah. If Google starts making you pay for it, then I don't know what we're gonna do. Just
Yep.
pirate more
Yep.
apps.
Pirate more apps.
Yep.
Anyway, there's not much to this. It's really just Microsoft really wants people to stop using Windows 10 this year and is calling 2025 the year of the Windows 11 PC refresh. Yeah, but here's the thing. Windows 11 fucking sucks, all right? I think they've actually finally removed the full control panel, which is such fucking bullshit. Like, I don't want to...
It feels weird that like the main like program that everyone uses for computers is like trying to make it too simple. You think they would actually like have it as like a business standards, like yeah, obviously all like you need all these like technical aspects to make like life easier for all the people who do work in IT, because everyone in IT like uses, you know?
Yep.
Like you think.
So
it feels like a weird direction to take this.
what I do is there's a Windows 10 install that you can get that like some hackers have put together.
Yeah.
That just like strip out all the bullshit and just give you like the base Windows 10 experience with none of the tracking. I always just like download that and just like load that up on a new PC.
Why wouldn't you just load it up on all of the PCs?
I do. All of our PCs have it. Yours does. Mine does.
have
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm?
I don't believe you, but okay.
Okay. Well, you can fucking install your own fucking thing next time.
Well, no, I just don't remember you ever doing it or telling
No,
me
I
about
did it. Yeah. Okay.
Secrets! Secrets!
Hey Naomi, do you want to know what fucking operating system I'm installing on your new computer?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You said no. You don't give it. You don't care. Time to find out how Linux works. They were
No.
talking about Spectre Ghost. They
Linux,
were-
everything I've read about Linux sounds more complicated than it needs to be. Are you okay? You need...
Oh.
What?
Uh,
Are you okay?
I drank the water wrong. And yeah, Dave uses Linux actually on his computer. He has like a Linux install and he has a...
Why?
He just likes Linux for some reason.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, the solution to that is to drink more water.
Drink salt in the coffee tube. Yeah. Okay. Here, do you want to read this, Naomi?
You can even read so many of these. Exclusive hospital worker, 52, who was kidnapped and tortured by trans activists who told a cheering crowd to punch TERFs in the face, brands her a dangerous, violent individual.
Okay, so a hospital worker kidnapped and tortured by a transgender activist who told a cheering crowd at a rally to punch TERFs in the face has now branded his kidnapper a dangerous, violent individual. So, Darren Sheridan, 52 years old, spoke publicly for the first time of how he feared he would die after being savagely beaten and tormented during 24 hours held captive by Sarah Jane Baker and her brother. Wow. But Baker sparked outrage after telling a cheering crowd at a trans pride rally, "I was going to come here and be really fluffy and be really nice and say, yeah, be really lovely and queer and gay. Nah, if you see a TERF, punch them in the fucking face." Darren, who still bears the scars from his ordeal as a teenager, said, "I think it is extreme to have those kind of views. I know she has anger issues, but there's still no right to say punch someone in the face."
Oh, look, it's you and your tick.
So he was kidnapped and tortured by a transgender activist. Damn.
It sucks, bro.
And there's the activist.
Sucks harder, bro.
Oh, it was an Antifa flag.
She looks like she throws a mean punch.
Yep. And this happened back in '89. Okay. So maybe it happened before this person transitioned then? Like maybe, like, because he said it happened when he's 52. It happened when he was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
This individual and their brother kidnapped him and abused him for a day.
Mm-hmm.
And now here she is, transitioned,
Mm-hmm.
talking about fighting the good fight.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Because here's
Burned.
kidnapped
Knives.
1989.
Injuries.
Crazy. Okay, where's the article in here? Can we even see it?
It's that.
Terror at the hands of sadists. Yeah.
It's that.
It could be any of these, man.
Do you not know how to read a newspaper?
It could be the driving school.
Fuck off.
Maybe he was held in the basement of a driving school.
Maybe you were held in the basement of an anus.
Okay. Crazy, dude. Okay. Yeah. He was... Okay, Darren knows only too well the level of violence Baker's capable of. After he was kidnapped, Darren was subjected to appalling beatings and forced to carry out humiliating sex acts before being trussed up in a cupboard and left to die.
Jesus.
Wow.
Why is that person not still in jail?
They were jailed for 7 years.
That should be more.
Yeah, well, it's the UK. They have like low sentencing for a lot of things.
Death penalty for everyone. Commit a crime, die.
Oh no, hold on. Wait, oh no, Baker spent 30 years in jail after she was convicted of attempted murder for breaking into a prisoner's cell and trying to strangle him to death.
Jesus.
So yeah, in jail for 7 years, made it to 30.
Good job.
Like, you've now tried to kill 2 people.
Yep.
Like, it's time for you to be out of society. There's no reason for any of this shit.
Yep. I agree.
Yep. He was just 19 when he was admittedly caught up in a family feud after his sister Donna married Baker's father. Crazy, dude.
Wild.
Fucking crazy. I had 3 knives pointed at me, 2 either side of my body and 1 at my neck. They told me, "You're coming with us." I had no choice. I was taken knife pointed in a van and bundled into the back. Couldn't see what was going on. I was face down. There were no windows. I was beaten in the van. There was 2 of them doing it. He was taken to a squat in London. When the brothers appeared at Maidstone Crown Court in 1989 and emerged, he had 39 injuries and shooting someone with a knife. Jesus. Oh, I was forced to perform oral sex on them at knife point. Jesus, dude, this is fucking crazy.
It's really sad.
In fucking sane. Okay. So this was like a trans person abusing a non-trans person with crazy shit. Now it's time to see the opposite.
Oh.
And this one just happened. Transgender girl was stabbed 9 times at a roller skating party in revenge for lying about her gender before performing a sex act on a boy.
Jesus.
Let's see.
Why are you pulling out all these sad articles today?
A transgender... Well, this one went hyper viral this past week. Everyone's talking about this story right now. And you, like,
It's not that viral if I hadn't heard about it yet.
Based, like, fuck you. Last week, I made the video about should you disclose if you're trans or not to your partner if they can't tell. And I said, yes, you should, obviously. Because you're violating their consent, you know? Obviously. However, this is a case where she didn't disclose it. And now the discourse has kicked off on Twitter once again, where you have like crazy people who are saying, no, trans people shouldn't have to tell you that they're women, that they're trans because trans women are women, and so it's the same thing, and so they don't need to tell you. And then you have like normal people who are like, that's fucking retarded. But then also you have people who say like, oh, when you disclose, you get hit with violence anyway. Like if you're a trans person and you like flirt with a guy, and then you're like, by the way, I'm male. When you disclose it, some guys just like hit them.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to figure out.
Yeah.
So only date queer people.
Or non-queer people, I guess. Anyway, it's one of those things where like, okay, here.
No. If you're trans.
Hear me out. Yeah, I guess. Only T for T?
Yeah.
So here, let me just put it this way. This transgender girl, if the person that she like trapped or stealth or like lied to did not retaliate by fucking stabbing them 9 times,
You're very loud.
this trans person would be in the wrong, I think. But that reaction is so over the top insane.
Don't stab people, guys.
Don't fucking stab people. Okay, here, let's see. The 18-year-old aspiring model was lured to a roller disco. Hold on, wait. A transgender girl was stabbed at a roller skating party in revenge for lying about her gender and from a boy. Yeah, okay. The 18-year-old aspiring model was lured to a roller disco where she was set upon by a masked mob screaming tranny as 5 teenagers punched, kicked, and stamped on the victim, who collapsed after being repeatedly knifed by a teenage girl.
Jesus.
A brutal 45-second attack that was filmed and posted on Snapchat.
You said that said plotted.
Oh, plotted, okay. Well, filmed. It went up on Snapchat. Filmed. The victim was punched to the ground, where she was kicked at least 7 times by 19-year-old Summer Betts Ramsey before she pulled out a knife. While the victim lay helpless, Betts Ramsey lunged at her 14 times, knifing the victim in the nose, thigh, hand, and buttocks. Holy fuck, dude.
Why are people so terrible? Jesus
Other
Christ.
teenagers rained down blows, beating her with a pair of roller skates and boots before snatching her handbag and fleeing, leaving the victim in a pool of blood.
God. Jesus.
The victim, who can't be named for legal reasons, only survived the attack at Harrow Leisure Centre after a member of the public intervened to stop Betts Ramsey stamping on her head and called an ambulance. Betts Ramsey, who's now 20 years old, boasted about the stabbing, posting a story on Snapchat with footage from the attack and laughing emojis, telling her friends, "I'm going to jail, bro, I stabbed her 12 times."
Jesus Christ. I hope you get the death penalty.
Others taunted the victim, saying messages
Fuck.
saying, "You're looking sweet." Jesus. So here's, I think this is
The perpetrator.
No, I think this is the trans woman who got stabbed.
Pretty sure that's the perpetrator.
You sure? Oh, no, you're right. Pictured, yeah. Lunged her 14 times, knifing the victim in the nose. Huh? Yeah, okay. So this is the stabber.
Yeah. Perpetrator.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the hospital. The 20-year-old is due to be sentenced on Thursday, along with 18-year-olds Bradley Harris, Cameron Osai, and Shiloh Hindes, and a 17-year-old boy who can't be named, after they all admitted to causing grievous bodily harm with intent.
Yep, all to jail. Every single one, all tried as adults. They're all old enough.
Also,
mostly.
a 17-year-old girl is being charged with the robbery because that person stole the victim's bag.
Wait, what's that rule that you can be tried as an adult even if you're a minor? Does it have to be like extreme violence?
I think it has to be extreme violence, yeah.
Like how extreme? Like murder? Intent to murder?
Yeah.
This is intent to cause bodily harm. It's close.
Wait, I'm only here because Sitch and I are supposed to talk about TikTok. What? You should be fully devoted to Dev. You fuck. Okay. The court heard on Wednesday how Harris arranged the attack after the victim denied that she was transgender before kissing him and performing an oral sex act days earlier. Okay, so the trans person who got stabbed up says, "I'm not trans," kisses this guy, presumably sucks him off. He finds out she's trans. He's pissed off. He gets his friends together, and they fucking try to kill her.
Yep.
Okay, so for him to be pissed off after he was directly lied to about her being trans is reasonable. For him to do this
Yeah,
is fucking
fucked up.
insane.
Yeah.
It's completely fucked up. Okay.
But no, guys. wasn't a trans woman stabbing another trans woman. How the fuck did he find out after he got his dick stuck?
I guess we'll
High
see.
school rumors.
Yeah.
100%.
Unbeknownst to the victim, Harris recorded the sexual encounter on January 29th on a FaceTime video call. Soon afterwards, a friend phoned to tell Harris that the victim was transgender, which she admitted only after Harris held her at knife point, saying, "I'll stab you if you lie."
Jesus.
The victim later apologized, but Harris was already planning a revenge attack.
Knife obsessed.
Hours before the attack, Betts Ramsey was heard on the phone saying, "I have to go to Harrow to beat up a fucking tranny, bro." Jesus. The knife-obsessed 19-year-old decided to bring one of the blades she had delivered to the children's home where she lived. Okay. Prosecutor said the victim had no chance to defend herself as she was punched 6 times immediately on arriving at the leisure center. It is alleged that this is a planned attack, motivated at least in part by her transgender identity. When she was on the ground, Summer Betts Ramsey began kicking her at least 7 times before she took out a knife. Hines appeared to pour the contents of a bottle over before punching her 3 times. What was the bottle? I mean, I immediately thought gasoline, but she wasn't lit on fire.
Probably alcohol.
Maybe. He was piss.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Jokes aside, everyone in the situation behaved terribly. The violence is unacceptable. Yeah, like
Yep.
if if the story ended with, yeah, this person told me that they weren't trans and then tricked me into a sexual encounter with them, and now I'm mad, and now I'm gonna post about it on Facebook or Twitter, and then she gets canceled.
Yep.
Okay, fine, I get it because you did have your consent violated, but no, this person goes and fucking beats them up. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yep. Bradley Harris kicked her about 7 times, one point taking her run up before delivering a kick. Silo Hines punched her approximately 10 times while standing next to Summer as she was stabbing her. Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Yep.
The victim described her ordeal in a moving impact statement, saying that she has since suffered panic attacks, she struggles to sleep, she fears she may not be able to work as a model due to her injuries. I've become depressed, and I'm always in fear of leaving the house. I'm constantly in fear of being assaulted again. I feel at times this is taking over my life. She has thick scars on her body. Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, you probably can't be a model then. If you can visibly see the scars, it depends.
That's insane.
Yep. Everyone's fucked up, and that's just the human experience. Everyone sucks all the time.
Yeah.
And forever. This is why we won't get a Star Trek future.
Fuck.
Yep. This is why. But yeah, at least she survived, even with scars.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully this chick will spend like the rest of her life in jail getting sat on by Big Bertha.
Jesus.
You think she deserves it?
I'm not saying she doesn't, but I prefer death penalty for people who try to commit murder.
Okay, let's see here. Go ahead,
Man
Nia.
who was caught having sex with a cow after farmer set up surveillance suspecting his herd was being interfered with when calves kept dying is spared jail. That's bestiality. That's animal abuse. Why
White
is he
girl.
spared jail?
Actually, it's white guys this time. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
white guys fuck farm animals.
Yep, go ahead.
A depraved pervert who was caught sneaking into a cowshed and having sex with a calf. Oh, with a calf. That's worse. That's pedophilia and bestiality. Jesus.
Bestiality, pedophilia, dude. Wow.
God, I never thought I'd say that in a sentence together. After a farmer set up surveillance has avoided jail. Farmer Ian Farwell found Liam Brown, 25, with his trousers down, hands on either side of a calf, and his hips moving backwards and forwards. I am grossed out now.
Okay, hold on, wait. So, let's say that you're a pedophile, but also you're into animals.
It's still bad.
It is, but this would probably be a way to get a lesser charge, is just fuck underage animals. You're still like indulging in your pedophilia kink, but
I don't want... No. Stop.
because it's just
Stop.
bestiality, because
Stop.
they're not going to charge you with like
Stop.
child molestation for this.
Stop. Stop.
Okay.
Stop. Jesus.
Clipped. Okay.
Brown had triggered an alarm in the early hours of the night and ran off from the cattle farm in Burton, near Christchurch, Dorset. He jumped several gates only to land in another cow pen where he was trampled on by the animals. Good. He was caught crying on the ground by Mr. Farwell,
Dev,
whose
why?
family have owned the farm for 144 years. Brown's father had previously worked there as a tractor driver for 17 years.
Sending this to Ace right now.
A DNA sample taken from the calf provided sexual intercourse had taken place on June 12th last year. Gross.
Wait, $2. So the guy put the moves on the calf?
Boo.
Okay.
Boo.
Yeah, this is the guy.
He looks like a cow fucker.
Like, he's not bad looking. He probably get a normal girlfriend.
Not if he's having sex with cows, he can't.
Just
That's how
get,
you get mad cow disease, guys.
just get a cowgirl, dude.
They don't exist in real life.
Just get like a girl who has like big tits and a big ass and just put her in like a cow bikini and just, there you go, you're good.
No.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
There's the farmer. Yeah. Okay. So Brown admitted the offense. He felt shame and embarrassment. He was ordered to pay Mr. Farwell £600 in compensation by a judge who called it a very alarming, bizarre, and worrying case.
Yes, this dude needs therapy. And also death. But mostly therapy.
The farmers had found surgical gloves and items of clothing left behind, and several young calves had died. And what the fuck? Okay.
He's fucking baby
He's-
cows to death? What
He's
the
fucking the cows
fuck?
to death.
What the fuck? I don't... What the fuck?
Wow. Okay.
I don't want to read this article anymore.
You don't?
No.
What?
I already read that part.
He heard one of the calves making a distinctive, distressed sound. He checked the CCTV,
don't-
saw that someone in the barn.
I actually don't want to read this anymore. I'm
Are you done?
making me too uncomfortable. I don't like it.
Okay. Woman, 33 years
No!
old, admits having sex with her pet
No!
dog multiple times.
No! No! Dev, why?
A woman faces jail after confessing she repeatedly had sex with the dog. Why? Girl. with her partner's assistance. Her partner helped.
Oh my god, why? God. Also, thank you for the $2. Moo means no.
Means no.
Moo means no.
Cows are for men, dogs are for women. That's how it is. Okay. Here's the thing. So she admitted to having sex with her pug, Charlie. Yeah, pug is so tiny. Okay. So she admitted to having sex with her pug, but she denied possessing porn of animals. Okay. And her partner admitted to helping her have sex with the pug. Okay.
I don't want this.
She pleaded guilty to one
No.
count of aiding and
Skip
abetting
it.
a female person to have sex with the intercourse with the dog. You pleaded guilty to one offense causing necessary suffering to a pregnant animal. Okay.
No. Skip it. Skip
There
it.
she is.
Skip it.
She's 33.
Oh god. I don't like this.
There they are.
I don't like it.
That's a hard 33, dude. Jesus.
It's because she tans.
That's rough. Can you fix her, guys? There's 38. Okay. Okay. Wait. 3 counts of possessing extreme pornographic images relating to sexual acts involving a dead/alive animal. Dead?
Dev,
Yes.
I don't want this. I want something else.
That's the article.
Skip it. I don't like it.
Can you just end these people, maybe?
God. This will things
Necrophilia and bestiality and also underage stuff. This is just all of them today.
these things
Tentacles we're talking about today? Yeah,
will
tentacles.
never change my mind about the death penalty. My mind will never be changed because of things like this.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Wait, is it more terrible things? Can
I
it
don't think
not
so.
be?
Oh, yeah. Both things. What the fuck's Sargon? Thanks, $2. Thank you. Okay. The price of eggs is probably going to go up. Let's read this. Okay, this is from the Georgia Department of Agriculture. Today, the Georgia Department of Agriculture and the United States Department of Agriculture's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service confirmed a positive case of highly pathogenic avian influenza in a commercial poultry operation located in Elbert County, Georgia.
Wait a minute, this was last year.
No, it's not.
Friday, January 17th,
Yeah.
2024.
Yes.
2020.
No, that's a mistake. They didn't update their letterhead because it says 2025 here. It says 2025 here.
Okay.
They just didn't update their letterhead. Okay.
Fuck, guys.
Okay.
Georgia, get your shit together.
Why is it moral to artificially inseminate animals for the pleasure of tasty cheese, but doing so for sexual purposes is immoral?
Because having sex with an animal cannot consent to you having sex with it.
Well, they can't consent to being eaten either.
Because it feels icky.
Okay, fair enough.
Because it's bad.
Taras Shevchenko, $5. Quick update on what I said earlier. The Trump crypto coin reportedly lost 60% of its value since the Melania coin launched over an hour ago. That's really funny.
Wow. Amazing.
Okay. Okay, so this is the first confirmed avian influenza case in a commercial poultry operation in Georgia and the 5th detection in the state of Georgia. As a result of this detection, effective immediately, all in-state poultry exhibitions, shows, swaps, meets, and sales are suspended until further notice. Okay. Yeah, this is a serious threat. Here's the thing, right? Like bird flu's actually really fucking bad.
Yep.
So on Wednesday, January 15th, 2025, the producer noticed clinical signs of avian influenza in their flock. His samples were collected on the morning of Thursday, January 16th, and transported to the Georgia Poultry Laboratory Network for testing. A positive HPAI detection was confirmed by the GPLN on Thursday afternoon, and further confirmed by the USDA's National Veterinary Services Laboratory on Friday, January 17th. Okay, so this is pretty bad.
Yep.
Which is why, V and I had an argument like a year ago about food testing safety and how, like, well, you should just let
Was
them.
that the one he was being fucking ridiculous saying we shouldn't have food safety?
Yeah, because like, well, people know,
God.
like, people know what they're buying. Like, it's all organic shit. Like, it's like, no, dude, you need this shit. Yeah.
God.
It's like
I think that's what I told you to stop hanging out with me because his stupidity would rub off on you.
And I was like, no, dude, like, you're wrong on this. So yeah, this guy posted this letter with the caption, "Price of eggs is probably going to go up." Okay. Well, this guy responded. The state of Georgia is responsible for about 15% of all poultry production in the United States, and they just stopped all of it due to bird flu. Expect eggs and meat to get a lot more expensive fast.
Good
Yeah,
thing
so
I
like-
can't eat eggs anymore.
So yeah. Well, no, Canada doesn't import eggs from the United States.
Good thing I can't eat eggs anymore.
We have our own eggs. But yeah, so Georgia makes 1.3 billion eggs per year out of a total 8.5 billion eggs per year in the United States. So people are saying that the price of eggs are going to start spiking in the States in the next few days.
Yeah, probably. That would make sense to me.
Yep.
Also, you wanna respond to that, Dove?
What? Oh, if you value consent and avoid unnecessary harm, then both should be equally immoral. Cow does not consent to becoming pregnant for eating. Here's the thing. I value consent. I also value avoiding unnecessary harm, but I also value other things too. And those other things allow me to eat cows. Simple as that. Consent and unnecessary harm are not my only moral concerns. So yeah, this situation here is going to be rough.
Yep.
I already saw, I think
Don't buy eggs, guys.
someone in the chat already said something like, "This is convenient that it's happening now that Trump is going to take power." Listen, stop being conspiratorial, right? Stop with your conspiratorial retardation. Sometimes shit just happens. This is not the deep state poisoning the fucking chickens so that like Trump's fucking like first 100 days in office are shit. All right?
What are
Jesus.
those other things, Dev? Elaborate.
A whole bunch of things.
Like what? Give like 2 examples.
One, I enjoy eating meat, so I'm gonna eat it and it tastes good, and that's that.
Okay. So it's not really a moral argument then.
Well, that's a
Or that
hedonistic argument.
makes you a
Well,
bad
also
person.
you can say that like, well, you know, if we're talking about like humans need protein, there's a source of protein. People will counter with, well, there's like non-animal protein, yeah, but like it's not as good and also it costs a lot more to produce. So there's a utilitarian argument of like, well, it is just better to eat animals. Also, you're talking about like, okay, well, if you want to actually get people on board with it, they're not gonna. So there's just there's a mass argument here where it's just like, listen,
So a defeatist argument?
everyone should be eating X amount of protein per day. Many of them just aren't gonna fucking eat the veggie shit. So, like, are you gonna ban fucking eating animals just let them starve because they're not like, no, like it's you know what, I don't care. Also, vegans are fucking insufferable, and I want to just like dip them into acid.
You know, you could also just say it might be more moral to, you know, support, you know, not doing that to animals, but I am less moral than that. That's okay.
Maybe, I don't know. Willing to harm others when it feels good, yeah, but animals aren't others. Animals aren't people.
Actually, to be fair, if lab meat was as widely like not fake meat, not like plant meat, but like actual like lab grown meat was widely available and like as cheap, you can't see my finger
Yeah,
quotes,
yeah,
as
cheap
regular
and tasted
meat,
as good.
I wouldn't eat animals anymore.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%. There would still be people that would.
If
but I
all
wouldn't.
if all the negatives from fake meat were removed, just as healthy, just the price is the same, taste is the same, then I could see a moral argument for switching.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat animals anymore.
But in the absence of that, no, I'll go for what's
To
expedient.
be honest, my diet is becoming so restrictive that I can't give up meat. So
Yeah, you can't. That's true. Biden had Hunter bang all the chickies for a pardon. Nice.
damn
Nice.
it.
If animals are not people, why do we care when people pointlessly kill them? Where's the line of what is acceptable doing to them and what is not? Well, I care about when people pointlessly kill animals because they are, like if I own a dog, it's my dog. I don't want you to kill my dog. It's mine.
Well,
There's
no,
an
like,
ownership thing
okay,
there.
though. So
You mean like animal cruelty,
Yeah,
right? Where
where-
like someone
where-
beats their own dog?
the best example is actually slaughterhouses.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like slaughterhouses aren't cool. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really like them. I don't like buying meat in the stores, but organic meat is too expensive, and I'm poor.
Yeah.
I'm personally poor. I don't know about you. You might be not poor anymore, but I'm poor.
Hold on. Terrorists, $5. Vegans saying if you eat cows and chickens, why not eat a dog? It's like saying if you shoot criminals, why not shoot your child? Yeah, but I've also eaten dog too, though. So, Sean King, $5. Unlike COVID at the start, we already have a vaccine for bird flu that has been tried and tested.
Which
Yeah,
is
true
good.
enough. Yeah.
I worked in a slaughterhouse, and they are ethic in most places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them are like, kill them quick, make sure they don't suffer too much.
Yeah. What about hunting? Hunting is fine. Like if you're hunting to like eat the animal, then yeah, I don't personally approve of trophy hunting. Like if you like, let's just say for example, if you're out hunting deer in deer season,
Mhm.
and you eat the rest of the carcass except for the head because you somehow ended up killing a huge fucking buck and you want to like display the head but also use the carcass, that's fine. If you go deer hunting during deer season and you only kill the buck to have as a trophy, that's not okay.
I hope people understand that they are moral based on their own standards. Well, no, because part of my standard says that humans are a superior species, and we don't need to extend to animals the same level of moral concern that we do to other people. So, it is correct to be a bit less restrictive in how you can hurt animals versus how you can hurt people. You know, if you have a choice between saving a dog or saving a human, you save the human. Yeah, you would. You fucking.
If it's a stranger versus a dog, I'd probably save the dog.
Think
But
you
if
would
it's
suffer-
someone I know versus the dog, I'd probably save the
Wait,
person I
think
know.
you think that you would suffer psychological if you had to kill an animal like apart? No, because I've done that.
Me, it depends. If I had to do it a lot, I probably would because I am definitely the gatherer and the hunter gatherer
Yeah.
thing here. I am very squeamish, but I think if I was forced to like survive, I would like kill an animal and just like get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so eggs gonna be a shit show.
In America.
Enjoy your increased
Also,
prices.
someone said earlier that we actually are like the 10th largest importer of eggs, so you should go Google that.
Mm.
Go Google it right now.
I think not from America though. I think I'll look it
Google
up.
it.
I'll look it up.
You have so many monitors in front of you right now. Google it.
Where does Canada import eggs from? United States. Okay.
So, yes, our eggs are going to go up in price.
United States, China, Taiwan, UK, and Brazil. Okay,
Why
well,
does
fair
that
enough.
say Chinese to pay?
Chinese Taipei is the politically correct term for Taiwan
Why is that politically correct?
because China, the Communist government of China, says that Taiwan is a part of China,
But it's not.
and Chinese Taipei is the capital of Taiwan.
Fucking Google. What the fuck, man? Call it Taiwan. Jesus.
They're not technically a country that is independent because no other government recognizes them, but they act like a government that's independent.
Is that not because of China?
Yes, Chinese
so
pressure.
then,
Yeah,
So then, yes, they are their own country. Fuck China.
I agree. Yeah.
Jesus. Alright, fucking Google. Piece of shit.
Mhm.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Eggs. So we do import a lot of
Yep,
eggs,
fair
so
enough.
you were wrong.
Fair enough. Well, yeah. The issue is that like people keep talking about people blamed Biden for so much shit that wasn't under his direct control that as president he couldn't have changed.
Mhm.
If egg prices go up,
Trump's definitely going to get blamed.
by who though? Do you think the same people that blamed Biden for shit that he couldn't actually change will turn around and blame Trump for this? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
so.
think everybody will blame Trump because it's food.
Maybe it's possible.
And eggs are honestly a pretty strong staple of a North American diet.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Oh, here's it. Many countries don't officially recognize Taiwan as a country because China will refuse to show up at Taiwan as a. Here's the thing. Canada's getting
fucked
so
up.
fucked by like Chinese subversion. We might as well just do that.
Yeah. We should
Canada
do-
might as well just be
yeah.
like, you know what? We recognize Taiwan as the legitimate ruler, and fuck you. And then all the Chinese are like, okay, we're leaving Canada. It's like, please, can you?
Super
Can you
chat.
get the fuck out?
Dogs are better, and you are morally inferior for eating one.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's continue on. The final. Why is there no big women's march at this Trump inauguration?
Gee, I wonder.
Well, there was a big one in 2016 or 2017.
Why?
There's a huge one.
Why?
'Cause, no, it's an anti-Trump. Like,
Oh, it's anti-
yeah.
Oh, that title made it sound like it's for Trump.
No, they're not doing it this time. Not doing it this time.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, Caroline Waterman, a 59-year-old artist in Charlotte, North Carolina, joined her local women's march the day after Donald Trump's inauguration in 2017 and found a political home, becoming a poll greener becoming a poll greeter and taking on responsibility for canvassing on behalf of local Democrats. This year, she said she's so demoralized and ashamed of her fellow white women who voted for Trump that she cannot bring herself to join a planned anti-Trump march. It feels like we're out there complaining constantly. We just can't seem to do anything about it. Well, yeah, it's because you became fucking insufferable. Like, the right-wingers got worse from 2016 to 2020, or 2024, but so did the left-wingers.
Everyone
Holy
got worse.
fuck.
Everyone got worse.
Holy fuck. I'm just feeling hopeless at the moment. I'm not sure a march is going to fix it. Well, no, because you lost the election. Like, voting is what fixes it, dude. Yeah. Unless you're going to overthrow the government, like they tried to do in 2020. No, your march isn't going to fix it. Your march is just going to be you expressing your displeasure, but no. Millions of American women who are angry about Donald Trump's ascendance to the presidency staged this largest single-day protest in U.S. history on January 21st, 2017, flooding Washington with hundreds of thousands of demonstrators and filling streets and state capitals around the country. While the Women's March organization is coordinating on their protest this Saturday, it is now dubbed the People's March, and just 25,000 are expected in Washington, compared to an estimated 500,000 in 2017.
That's a lot of people.
Yep, so people just do not give a shit about this leftist bullshit anymore, right? The left had more goodwill to burn in 2016 than they do in 2024. As simple as that.
Look up the chicken war. It's funny and dumb.
Oh, the chicken war. After this.
Is it like the Emu War in Australia
It might
that
be,
they
yeah.
lost?
I mean, after this, okay?
Did you hear that?
I did. I heard about
Yeah.
the Emu War. So
That
stupid.
they lost?
Yep. I know.
Amazing.
So, feminist icon Gloria Steinem and musicians Madonna and Alicia Keys were among the 2017 stars, but the Washington People's March has no big headliners. Steinem made the hard decision to not attend as the 90-year-old scales back. Yeah, so Gloria Steinem's like a big-name feminist, but she's fucking 90.
Yeah.
Like, she's done. It's time to just, like, go off into the bush, sit in your cabin, rock on a rocking chair, watch the sunset until you fucking set. Like, you're done at 90, you know?
I mean, it's like, do fun stuff if you still want to, but like, just
Putter around.
be careful.
The crushing defeat of Kamala Harris, the second Democratic woman to challenge Donald Trump to the presidency and lose, has left liberal women exhausted and laid bare racial divides in the women's rights movements that will take some time to heal. Despite Trump's role in restricting abortion rights and a court finding him liable for sexual assault, more white women voted for him in 2024 than in 2016.
Yeah, like, okay. With all the bad things you can say about Trump, if you are not religious, I feel like if you are a woman and voted for Trump, you are probably certifiably insane unless you have, like, are probably religious. Like, certifiably will end up being put in a mental institution because America's slipping
Sparkles
back to the
voted for him.
50s. Yes, because Sparkles
no.
is certifiably insane.
No, you know what a lot of it is? A lot of it is that Bidenflation happened under Joe Biden.
Now I know.
Whether or not it's right to blame him, that's a complicated conversation. But the point is, big negative event happened while one guy was president, therefore vote for other guy. That's the logic of it. It's stupid, but that is how your average fucking voter works.
I know. I know both of these things, but my sentence is still right.
Okay, so Rachel Nordlinger is a senior advisor within Win with Black Women, a group of thousands of black political advisors, fundraisers, and strategists who poured money and organizing muscle into getting Harris elected. She said the women's movement's fractured. We've got some tough conversations to be had, and we have to recognize we have commonalities, we have differences. People are just... Okay, you know what? Also, if we're talking about specifically fractures within leftist activism, the trans activists have completely destroyed the feminists. The feminists are fucking gone at this point. Wait, Zab 11. Canada recognizing Taiwan because the funniest gong show in Vancouver. Make the Hong Kong street fights like a birthday party. Based. Okay, so they have a day of joyful resistance. Dozens of groups are preparing to promote causes, including climate justice, Palestinian rights, immigration rights, abortion. See, like, here's the thing. Okay. Climate justice, Palestinian rights, immigration rights, abortion rights. Just throw it all in there. This is why people don't give a shit, because it's like everything, all the time, everything. It's like a fuck off. God. Yeah, I hate Trump, but I'm glad these people are fucking lost too.
Aren't you glad you're an American?
No matter who was going to win, there was going to be salt from someone, and it was going to be great. Like I'm,
Salt from you.
no, imagine if Kamala Harris actually beat Trump. Holy fuck, the rightos would be shitting themselves.
Yeah.
They'd be screeching. It'd be so fucking funny. And you know what? This is funny too. It's funny too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all here for it. I'm here for people losing their shit.
Dev finding the silver lining.
Yes. Okay, let's see here. Rona Kaufman, 49, a law professor who attended the 2017 Women's March in Washington with her kids, may give a window into how tough it might be to recruit some former marchers. This time, she voted for Trump, even though she is still critical of his character, because she prefers Republican policies on Israel and parents' rights, among other reasons. She noted that she had also supported Democratic President Bill Clinton based on policy, despite sexual misconduct claims against him. Yeah. So, lots of people are saying, you know what? I don't like how crazy pro-Palestinian they are. Some people are saying it's the economy. Some people are saying, hey, parents' rights. You know what that's code word for right now? Trans stuff. So yeah, you're gonna definitely have like older feminists who are left-leaning, who nonetheless reject trans activism, beginning to side with Republicans on some things. And then as things shift back to the right, those older feminists will probably shift back to the left as well.
Yep.
That's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There we
Yep.
go. I mean, there's a much more to this article, but it's all boring bullshit.
No, there wasn't that much more.
Oh, no, it wasn't. I'm sorry, it's still boring bullshit. I'm just gonna laugh at you. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, they're Woody Woodpecker.
Actually, no, I was going more for Mandark.
Yeah, well, I don't know who that is, so...
Are you fucking kidding me?
You get my one reference.
Wait. Are you fucking kidding me?
Should I know?
Are you-
Should I?
Hold on. Hello, Groovy Banana. What's up, man?
Yeah, I never watched that show. That's why I don't know what it is. Also, no, you did Woody Woodpecker. That's that. You did Woody Woodpecker.
Okay.
Listen, I know of Dexter's Laboratory. I just didn't watch it, so I don't know.
That's all the articles, guys. Ba-boom. Okay. Are we playing Final Fantasy tonight?
That is an entirely up to
Or
you
should we-
decision, but I
'Cause
need
thi-
to eat something.
Yeah, I'm
That is not
actually feeling
practice.
really hungry too. Fuck, maybe we should just do it tomorrow.
You good? You fucking post
I know. Listen.
streamer.
We've been.
not
I
streamer.
know. Listen.
I've been ready for so many days.
Listen,
For
Naomi.
so many days. This is all on Dev.
Listen.
It's all on Dev.
Listen. Listen. Okay. Fuck you. No. Well, here's the thing. For reasons, Dave won't be streaming with us tomorrow.
Yes,
Obviously.
we already knew that.
So
They
maybe we should just do Final Fantasy tomorrow then.
I mean, realistically, we should have just been doing it this whole time with you.
It's not just me. You fuck.
With you.
Okay, you, and you know that I can't say anything, so you're just fucking lying. You know what? Beatings.
Ow, stop. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. I'm not totally lying. Only kinda. Ow.
Fuck you.
Hee hee hee.
Abuse. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it tomorrow. Let's just play it tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back because here's the thing. I was actually like kind of working on things before we started this, which is one of the reasons why it's late. So
Oh. Also, do we even have Filipino communities in Canada?
I don't think so. Not that many.
Like, I have definitely met Spanish-speaking people, but I don't know where they're from.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Here. Yeah, let's get out of here. Thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate everything. I promise one of these days when I say maybe Final Fantasy VII after Weekly Sip, we'll actually do it.
Yeah, sure. I don't believe you. That happened like twice.
Here.
You should just stop announcing that. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you
yeah,
have to be
fair
like,
enough,
Hey,
fair enough.
surprise!
Hey, surprise.
We'll do that too.
Here. Let's go raid Stardust. Get your coffee cups ready. Thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. You'll see more of me very soon.
Wait, you also missed
Oh,
$20
20,
tip.
oh $2 from you know, to go up with the March. Apparently it's going to be minus 20 Celsius.
Not excited. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. You know what?
Wait, what?
Okay. Silver Camaro. That's blonde.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on because we told the mods so that at least someone on the internet knows, and he's still talking up a fucking fuck you, dude.
Yeah, listen. That's just because that blonde's always on my side. Because I'm always right and you're
Fuck
always
off.
wrong
Fuck
about
off.
everything
Fuck off.
ever.
Fuck you. Okay, listen. No, we're gonna go have some dinner. Let's go raid Stardust. Get your coffee cups together and go toss coffee cups at her, okay? And I appreciate all you guys sticking around. We'll be back. Okay?
Look at me.
I love you. Good night.